Fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, Helmas, left, got with cafe breath.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate,
Hey.
activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
hey.
I was coming. I'm hooking up new stuff and I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So, but I'm working it out because we're going to do a whole new set, a whole new like unveil and whatnot for the upcoming year for 2023, y'all. And it was this sound. It was like an alarm, or something was going off. It was so annoying. And I could not figure out like what it was. So I had to unplug everything. I'm like, I have to just keep unplugging stuff until I figure out what it is. So, because I know I'm not crazy. Because like I once stood in the hallway and then I once stood outside. I'm like, okay, I don't hear the sound anymore. So then I come back in here, and as soon as I come back in, I hear the sound. So I'm like, it has to be coming from here, So I finally figured it out. So now we're live. Sorry. I was trying to, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But it was really loud too. I'm just like, I can't go live with this because if I hear it, y'all gonna hear it. Type of situation. Okay. So welcome to the Sean Davy Way Show. Now we have a lot to get into. Welcome. Hit the like, please. Hit the like, please. We is over here to talk about Tory Lanez and Megas's case, again, the trial that is going on. And we're going to squeeze my girl, Shanquella. Rest in peace. Shout out to Shanquella's family. Hashtag justice for Shanquella Robinson. We will definitely get into her and what's, keep y'all updated and, in the knowing of what's going on with Shanquella's case. So we'll talk about that too. So it was just way too much going on with both of more so of this Tory Lanez trial. There's a lot going on with this right now. So I'm like, well, since there's a lot going on with it, let's just talk about it. Okay. It's just, instead of trying to squeeze everything in one show, let's just keep it on, okay, these two topics. So this is what we're going to talk about, okay? So y'all know I'm nosy. We came over her and we said what we have to say about Megasys. I don't take any of it back. Again, so anybody want to state that I'm victim shaming, victim blaming, any of that? Again, I am not. I feel that Megan is, like I said, a victim. She did get injured with what happened to her outside, the regard fragments, shrapnels, whatever. It was still from a weapon. So Megan is a victim. She was injured. Okay. She's always going to be that. Nobody can take that away from her. Okay. But what I've always stated about Megasys is that does not mean that you have to lie about things. And again, that equate with this situation. You know, it's not like the things that Megan is lying about truly has nothing to do with the situation. It's like, yes, it does. The conversation that was had, the arguments that were started and whatnot, all of that stuff matters. You know, you don't get to just skip over that stuff, Megan, and just only talk about me getting pop because that's all that matters within the situation. No, every situation has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, and an after effect. So, again, you don't get to lie about everything besides what happened to you. And a lot with this situation with Megan, she's lied. It's just like, girl, you don't have to lie. Like, what's with all of these lies, girl? And because again, nobody can take away what happened to you. So there's no reason to lie. As a victim, you're that. You know, nobody can make Megan into a victim. No, she legit is. Like, again, she was injured. But beyond her being injured, she's not a victim of anything. Like, what I'm trying to figure out, like, that's my only question. So if that's victim blaming, I guess. Because I want to know, besides being a victim of being hurt, injured from an alleged pow, not direct, but still injured in the process, that's the only part of the situation that makes Megan a victim. That is it, like nothing else. Shout out to Antoinette for the super sticker. Shout out to, is it Shinosha for the super sticker? Thank you. Shout out to Makaya for the super sticker as well. Thank y'all all so much. So that's all. There's no, and again, I'm a comedian. I'm a comic. This is what I do. I like to talk about situations and bring awareness to them, but at the same time, do it in a fun, comedic way. It's just, we've always done that. Laughter is the best cure. And a lot of times situations and stories like this can become very boring and repetitive. So it's our job as content creators to make you want to listen. And humor is my way of doing so. Again, that's just how we get down over here. Don't like it, move around. So yeah, but at the end of the day, again, Megan is a victim, but it does not excuse you being a victim, you being able to lie about things. I'm a victim, but no, but you're a victim, Meg. Okay, it's unfortunate the situation surrounding it and what brought you into that situation, because there's no justification for it. No one can justify, oh, okay, well, this is fine. You know, now that y'all done said that about Megan, it's okay what happened to her. No, there's no justification. There isn't, Megan. Whoever did whatever happened to you deserves to go to jail. They deserve to be in trouble for it, accident or not. It doesn't matter. You're injured. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, girl. So, but you don't get to lie. You don't get to do that. So since people call out her lies, even Kelsey, when she comes to court, literally says it in court that Megan is a liar. So she know Megan. She's been around Megan. And she's calling Megan a liar. Okay. She's calling her a liar. I'm inclined to believe her. I'm inclined to believe her because I've seen, all of us have publicly seen Megan go from interview to interview, from magazine to magazine, changing her story. Megan has not had one consistent story besides when this situation first occurred. I mean, well, the change up when it came to her coming forward and saying, well, this is what actually happened to me days later. Before that, I mean, Megan, girl, the sound is breaking. No sound. Me? Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me? My show says I'm fine. My sound is breaking up. We can't hear. Weird. Hold on. It says everything is fine on my end. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Your whole team came. What's up, Pops? He's got the baby with him. What? He's got the baby with him. Open up. Have some respect, yo.
Thank you.
Hey, have some respect. Have some decorum, man.
Megan is here. You heard it?
Look fresh as $100. Yeah, you doing right. Show him the truth. Chill out.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? It's perfect on my end. Can you hear me? Now put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. 1 in the chat. 2 for no. 1 for yes. 2 for no. Okay. Okay, y'all. So it's a lot of yeses. Okay. 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 Y'all saying yes. Y'all saying yes. I told y'all. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's very ghetto. I shouldn't have to do that. Actually, okay, it's a lot of ones. It's okay. Okay, I'm not doing that go out shit like I'm on a cell phone. That's when you go in and go out. If you on a phone, I'm on a computer. I really shouldn't have to go in and out. Okay, so y'all said the truck hear me. Okay, perfect. Oh, she said not me. Okay, yes, you're right. To the other people. I don't know what just happened, but I told you I'm hooking up to some stuff. Oh well. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So move right along. So this was Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez today at court with his child. Why he bring Waffle come? He brought his child. I don't know. Hold on, let me see. He done brought his baby to Kurt. He done brought his baby to Kurt. Look.
His too.
Look. There you go. Look, y'all. Look.
This is my support system, and I'm his too. There he goes. This is my support system, and I'm his too. There he goes. This is my support system, and I'm his too. There he goes. This is my support system, and I'm his too. There he goes. This is my support system, and I'm his too. There he goes. This is my support system, and I'm his too.
Now, why he dragging this baby feet like this? I don't know. Kelsey, why you bring this baby to court with you? Drag him around by his feet like that. No, y'all the same height, putting him on your back. You got him by 3 inches. Because he walking, the baby walking. His feet is touching the ground. His feet is scraping his baby feet, got him in hurt. For what? I said, no, he ain't need to be here for what he need to be here for. Talk about some your support system. What? And I'm his. You about to get deported. You about to get deported, and he is too. So you and your support system is about to get deported. Tory. Okay? Because it's all look, Tory Lanez. Now him and his baby, because they only brought one car seat. So I was trying to figure out who, like, I don't know. Maybe the little boy can sit the seat, but the seat look like he way more than Tory. Because you got to be at what, at least 100 pounds or something like that. So but yeah, he dragging this baby to court, messing up that baby's shoes, got him on his back like they ain't the same height. You know, he put him on the front because he couldn't put him in the front of him. Because if he Tory could put the baby in front of him. Because if he put the baby in front of him, he would have failed walking with him. Because it's, you know, it's like riding a bike with a kickstand down. It's like riding a bike and the kickstand is still down. You don't do that. So Minute Pimp. I tell you. So Minute Pimp, 2 feet pimping, is at the courthouse with his baby, with his support system. He do not need to be your support system. You parents be trying to make y'all turn y'all everything. They not your rock, not like that figuratively. It's not literally, little guy. It's not literally. He don't understand nothing else going on up in there. One folk come that baby was at court with you. I'm like, you ain't just get freed. Like, yeah, no. It's still all type of things going on with you, Kelsey Lanez. Now, he done brought this baby to court. Why folk come, we don't know. But we got to get into Kelsey. It's into what Kelsey said today in court. Y'all know I took my notes. Shout out to Malago Grams, my girl Millie, my radio. I love you, girl. Now y'all know Millie talk fast, but I do too. So that means we listen fast. We listen fast. Because while Millie was talking, I was like, okay. Girl, I was over here riding Millie, girl. I was over here riding, girl. Go on, Millie, girl. Because Millie there. Millie there. And then I got some notes from Dennis Byron, because Dennis Byron was there as well. So so I got a whole bunch of notes from them of what Kelsey said, y'all. So now I'm giving y'all my version. Sit back. Sit back. This is about to be a bumpy ride. I'm giving y'all what I heard. What I heard. Because I'm about to tell y'all the truth. Nah, and I'm not talking about Millie not telling the truth. What I'm saying is because Kelsey trying to hold back. Megan got up there lying, acting like she ain't no alcoholic. Well, now she probably not. But like she was driving a boat drunk. She went to college party, didn't have nothing but a wine cooler. She ain't really to say nothing about no liquor. Okay, drunk horse. So so I'm about to tell you how I heard it. Okay, shout out to my girl Milagro Graham, because she told the truth. That's why I appreciated her. I was like, yeah. And Dennis Byron, they told the truth, okay? All right, because they all have the same story, okay? What Millie said is what Dennis said, and they said it, and they said it together. So so I'm like, okay, this is true. Because again, they're there, not me. So now Kelsey, okay, was granted immunity. Okay, now that tells me a couple things. That tells me a couple things. It tells me a couple things. Now listen to me. Sit back. Okay, sit back. Come with me. Okay, come with me. All right. With Kelsey getting immunity, okay, obviously there would be some admitted guilt with this situation, something that she would be guilty or could be found guilty of within this situation, okay? Because Megan ain't asked for no immunity, anything like that, right? Just, Kelsey, sorry, not Chelsea, Kelsey, okay? So, with her getting immunity, whatever she may be guilty of, she ain't really got to worry about nothing, like she should be all right. So what that's letting me know is, I feel like, now just bear with me. Bear with me. I think, because Tory's attorneys are stating that Kelsey is the one who pow Megan. Okay, that is what's being alleged. Kelsey is, I don't know how long this day of court is going to go. I don't know if it's already over or if it's still going on. I have no idea. But as of yet, Kelsey has not said that Tory did it. She has not named him because at this point with Milagro and Dennis Byron and others, it wasn't that far in court yet. Court was on recess, I believe. So it didn't go that far yet. There's more questions to come. So it was just pretty much to how Kelsey and Megan came into contact, and then to the exit of the party. Other than that, she ain't, from what I've heard, besides some new tea that has just been updated like about 10 minutes before me coming on here. She hasn't named Tory as the power. She has not. Okay. Tory's team, his defense team, is stating that Kelsey is the one who, that's why it's in the title, pow Meg, right? Okay. Tory has stated on social media before any of this came into trial, before the trial started, that Kelsey allegedly didn't do it to Megan. Like he like cleared her, if you will, that it wasn't her. Okay, then it's like, well, then who was it? If it wasn't you, Tory, because it's pointing to that it was you. Whatever. Okay. So, as I say, y'all gotta bear with me. Bear with me. With Tory's team stating that Kelsey is the one who popped out Meg, I don't know if that's true. I have no idea. But it would make sense for Kelsey not to say that Tory is on, because they have to prove all of this stuff. It's not just word of mouth. That's not enough. You got to be able to prove, these things too. So to make this case just go in a circle, because it's still like a circus, Megan stated on stand that Tory did it. Okay, so you got one person, one of the witnesses, one of the four, that is stating that Tory did it. All right. Now, Kelsey is on the stand now, and as of now, she has not listed Tory as the power. Okay. Tory has never admitted or stated out loud in any way, shape, or form that he did this to Megan. Okay. So right now it's just kind of Megan's word, and everyone's assuming that Kelsey is going to say one question if she doesn't plead the fifth, which I don't know if she can, but plead the fifth, who powed Megan. We're assuming she's going to say Tory, within this one. She hasn't yet, but it doesn't mean that that's not coming. With that being, that's a lot. I know, I get it. What I'm gathering, because again, is the immunity for Kelsey, because maybe she'll say she did it. Maybe she'll say it was an accident. Maybe she says she'll accidentally, who knows? It hasn't gotten there yet. So we don't know what Kelsey, and I believe Kelsey thus far. I think Kelsey is telling the truth. I do. I really feel like she's telling the truth. She's the most credible witness thus far. Like, out of everybody that's got on that stand, Kelsey is like the star witness. Regardless of her pleading the fifth, she is still pretty good. Okay. Like, because she's coherent, she answers the questions way better than Megan did. She has way more insight with the questions. She's really specific with a lot of the parts. I like that about Kelsey. Like, she's on her ish. Okay. So I think why Kelsey, because again, we starting this off with Kelsey getting immunity, because that's a pretty big thing. What you need immunity for? You do nothing wrong. You don't have any involvement. What you need immunity for? So don't hold me. But I think that the weapon was Kelsey's. That unregistered weapon in the vehicle, I think that was Kelsey's weapon. I do. I think the weapon was hers. Now, I don't know if she fired it. I don't know that, because I think that Tory used her weapon, an unregistered weapon, to fire at Meg, like maybe. And the reason why I say that is because Tory took responsibility for that weapon. Tory said that weapon was his. He claimed the unregistered weapon. So that would be him doing a solid for Kelsey. Would give them reason to be aligned in how I think. Just in my opinion. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's like, was that unregistered weapon Kelsey's? And Tory took it on some drunk-ish and pop out that weapon at her. And he took the rap for said weapon, and it was Kelsey's. So he rocking with her, she rocking with him. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Because what does she need immunity for? If the weapon is not Kelsey's, what does she need immunity for? Because she's not, because it was questioned, because they questioned her, how did you feel about, they did get that question out. Basically, how did you feel about the rumors, or how did you feel about people saying that you pop out Megan? And she said that it was basically laughable. So she, at this point, again, she has not aimed anyone to have had, I don't know, that it just seems weird and I believe Megan and her guilty conscience, maybe she do know that Kelsey, the one who popped her on accident, but felt bad because of what she did to her, felt bad because she did her dirty. Like, I don't know, because it's like Megan is aiming for Tory, but it seems like Kelsey is aiming for Megan. It's like, why is Kelsey aiming for Megan if Tory did this? It's like, none of what y'all went through matters anymore, girl. Like, none of that matters anymore. All we care about is what happened, type of situation. And Kelsey's sitting down just like Megan's lies when they're like, when they question her and she's like, I don't want to be here. And they're like, why? And she says, Megan's lies. She is darting for Meg. Like that is what that's giving. And Meg just got off the stand darting for Tory. And now it looks like Tory's about to be darting for Kelsey instead of Meg. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is confusing. I was like, this is a lot. Because the energy doesn't make sense. At this point in time, it will make more sense for Kelsey to be Team Megan. You know, just, you know, she got a baby now, you know, all of that stuff. It's just like, he did it. The person it happened to said it happened to, you know, that he did. But, you know, like, why isn't she Team Megan? Like, I don't, that's because it's cut and dry. Both of them say that he did it. Who cares what anybody else say pretty much after that? You know, I don't know, because they can't really depend off of like forensics and stuff like that. Remember, Megan's bullets, the trapels that were in her foot, those are missing. Those are missing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a lot that I mean, not that truly matters, but still, I mean, they are missing pretty key evidence. But that another thing about that made me think too, because the weapon that they took from her off of the scene of or the car, the SUV, at that time that they were in. They said the shrapnels from Megan's foot was from a semi-automatic weapon. The bullet. That weapon that was in the car was not a semi-automatic weapon. The one that Tory got charged with. That's not a semi-automatic weapon. And that was the only weapon that they took. Weapon, no, it may have been two. I think the security may have had a weapon too, or something like that. But I do know that the doctors at Sinai Hospital in California, where they were, they said that it was the shrapnels were from a semi-automatic weapon. And the weapon that was confiscated, the unregistered weapon that Tory was charged for, that was not a semi-automatic weapon. It wasn't. So they was like, well, where is this other weapon? I don't. I'm just saying that. So for the Megan shrapnels who have been missing, I mean, it kind of helps both sides, if you ask me, because it gives really them no evidence to really point to with that. And then at the same time, it helps Megan's case because that's what they were comparing. Because it's just like, well, this couldn't have been the weapon that was discharged towards her feet. Because a semi-automatic weapon is the shrapnels that we found. This ain't a semi-automatic weapon. So that's why I said that DNA disappearing, those shrapnels disappearing, it's kind of helpful for both sides, if you ask me. So again, but that still didn't make sense to me. I don't know. So a lot of this still is just like a circus. It absolutely is. So let's get into the story, how I heard it. So Tory, what happened? Okay. So suing the defendant. Okay, that's what we're about to get into because there's definitely gonna be a lawsuit. Okay. Kelsey says that she met Megan, that her and Megan met Tory at the same time at a Rock Nation dinner or brunch. Yeah, Rock Nation brunch in 2020. Okay. Now, around that time, Kelsey and Megan were best friends. Well, not around that time, they were best friends. But Megan and Kelsey met him at the dinner or brunch, sorry. And Kelsey was encouraged by Megan to hit on Tory. So basically, Megan was hooking Tory and Kelsey up, you know, at this brunch, this Rock Nation brunch. And Tory and Kelsey started smashing after that a lot. Like, Tory was tearing it up, okay? And, some time went by, and Kelsey ended up moving. Well, she was going to move down to, wherever Megan was at the time. I believe it was somewhere in California. I'm not sure. But she told Kelsey pretty much like to pack up her ish. We come move down here with me. So Kelsey had ended up getting sick, and she had, C19. And so she was sick for a while. And while she was sick, that's when quarantine radio and all of that stuff was going on. And unbeknownst to her, Megan was hooking up with Tory, but Kelsey didn't know, right? She had no idea. So after Kelsey, because again, Kelsey had C19. So Kelsey started feeling better. And after she started feeling better, she was invited to a gathering, okay, not a party, a gathering, which means selected people. A party means, it's gonna be a decent amount of people. A friend gonna bring a friend, type of situation, But a gathering is you specifically, pinpointing you, specifically for a situation. So Kelsey put emphasis on gathering, meaning selected few. So hair flip. I would know because I'm popular. So you guys welcome. But anyways, so this was right after Kelsey started feeling good after the C19. So Kelsey came down and hung out, and they went to this gathering, which was at Kylie Jenner's house. And when they was at the party, allegedly Pegasus wanted some rotel dip. So she came to Kylie's house cooking, because that's what Megan said. Megan said that she went over there cooking. She went over there. And the horse was the chef. I guess, I don't know. All right. But Kelsey said she don't recall any of that. She don't remember Megan bringing any food. She don't, because you remember that your friend, because Megan, I'm like, that's mad ghetto. Like, girl, was you in the car in your bag? You had some ground beef? Pegasus. Now I know you travel with hay, but did you have that ground beef and stuff, real hot girl shit? Girl, Megan, I know you ain't go to that party and it had ground beef in that bag, girl. Aren't you rich? Megasis. No, we have to discuss this. Megasis. So you mean to tell one folk come you had ground beef? You had onions and tomatoes and a can of nacho cheese, and you had gross. And you was drunk? Right. So she allegedly came over there making rotel dip, Megasis, and Kelsey was like, I don't remember none of that. No, she ain't cooked nothing. She's not a cooker. That's not. She didn't cook at that apartment. All she did was Uber Eats everything. So weird. So I was like, gross. But I mean, who called a Kylie Jenner? Like, you're at Kylie's house. Like, she better have some food out. If Kylie don't have no food, and I'm put it on Instagram. Kylie's poor. I'm over here, no hors d'oeuvres. Why I'm hungry at a rich person's house. Why? Why is my stomach and my back at a rich person's house? Girl, aren't you a billionaire? Aren't you a billionaire, girl? So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it like a dog. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this blow up doll over here, this builder hoe, this builder thoughts. I mean, she ain't got no food out. I told y'all she don't eat nothing but ice and kale. So because it ain't no food, ain't no meat, nothing, bread, nothing, y'all. She a vampire. So here flip. All she got out here is blood. So yeah. So girl, Megan, gross. So Kelsey said that she got really drunk, or everybody was drunk. There was a lot of alcohol flowing. This is a Kylie Jenner party, not only because that's what I'm saying. You got alcohol, but you ain't got no food. So it's like, why Megan wanted to make some food? Like, girl, don't come over here trying to show Kylie that you could cook. You can't, horse. Like, oh my God. Like, she's just Megan gross. So anyway, she just always wanted to just do anything to just, like, girl, like, just be glad you're here, I guess. But anyways. So Kelsey said that she drank a lot. She ended up going upstairs taking a nap. Okay. She went upstairs, she put on some pajamas. And she went, she fell asleep. And she said, and at that point in time, Tory wasn't there yet, from what I'm gathering. He wasn't there yet. So she woke up, and after she woke up, and she said that people were saying that she had on a bikini that night, and she didn't have on a bikini. She said that she had on pajamas. Okay, girl. She said that them was pajamas that she had on. And we didn't know that because it was all torn. So it looked like she just had on like a bikini, girl. Because it was all tore up. Us not knowing that Tory Lanez just had that girl down the street. Not knowing Tory Lanez was down the street with that girl. Like, we had no idea. You know, that Tory, that's why her shirt and stuff was tore up, because Tory was down the, he was, you know, Yeha was down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know that, okay? All of that was going on. And she was also got into it with Megasis. And, you know, like when horses go up like that, like when horses come down with their hooves, all type of stuff, like the trample is something serious. The trample is something serious. So Pegasus had already done trampled all over that girl. Mm-hmm. And then after she done got done trampling on all her, then you got Tory coming around. You know, you got him coming around with that. So it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. It was. Y'all welcome. So she said she was drunk, y'all. She was drunk. She was in her pajamas. So then she said she got up, and when she got up, her nigga was there, Tory. Okay, so he was there downstairs being short. He was she's almost didn't see him because the counters at Kylie house, they go up high, and all she saw was this little head. You know, that was his head. You know, she just, you know, and she saw this little head past the countertop, and she was just like, oh, I know that painted on fade from anywhere. That's my uncle. So she saw this little painted, the top of this little painted on fade go past. Like he was right. This the counter, this the top of his head. So then he come walking past, you know, and she saw him out her peripheral. Out of her thought peripheral. She saw him, Lord. So she was just like, oh, he here. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm here trying to get paid tonight. Oh, okay. Oh, here. Oh, he came for me. Megan, you did this for me, girl. Megan, you girl, you might come here, girl. Like, you call my man for me, girl. Come here, girl. So, you know, she's shaking it up with the horse and whatnot, girl. But because she thought that she called her little nigga over there for her, and the whole time he there for Pegasus, but she didn't know that. She didn't know that. She know Megan like her man gay high. She know Megan like her man gay high. So yeah, her flip. So yes, y'all. So she woke up, she came downstairs, her nigga was down there. So then he was down there, and then she said, like, out the blue, because she said everybody was drunk. Like everybody was late. And she said Megan was acting real funny. Like this hideous laugh. So she was just doing this hideous laugh that she had never heard before. She was just like, when you start laughing like that, when you become a Rancho Carne Toro, also you're in the East Compton Clover no more? That's what we're doing? You're not from Houston no more? Hurry up. Because she started acting real funny. And then it's like her voice was changing and squeaking and going up and down and, you know, all of this stuff. She was offering to pay for stuff and they like, girl. Because they had to order pizza, you know, and all that stuff because they needed some food up and there was too much alcohol. Okay. So, so she said Megan was acting real funny. So EJ came in there, which EJ was, they came together. EJ, Megan, and Kelsey. They all came together. So EJ was like, it's time for us to go. Like, it's time for us to go. And I feel like EJ was saying it was time for them to go because Megan was acting a drunken mess. Megan was acting a drunken mess. She was being very embarrassing. Her behavior was gross. She was seeing that Tory was being Tory. Tory over there flirting with Kylie, you know, all of that, trying to sleep with that blow-up doll. And she got annoyed. She got upset is what happened. Then she started embarrassing herself and saying stupid stuff. Okay, coming at Tory Heights, she was all the way down there in the 7 feet of water, down there going like this to him because Tory can't do 7 feet, you know, all of that. Like she was on all type of stuff. She was floating in on the deep side of the water and all of that stuff. She absolutely was. She did a cartwheel in the water and all of that on the deep side with no floaties. So he was over there in the shallow end with Kylie and Megasis, okay, was annoyed by that, okay, but she couldn't let it show. Megan couldn't let it show, y'all. So since Megan couldn't let it show all of this weird energy that Megan had, Kelsey wasn't getting it. She wasn't getting the weird energy, okay? Because Megasis can't just flat out tell Kelsey what her problem is, what she's mad at, okay? So Kelsey's receiving this energy is just like you doing the most when it's really not her doing the most. It's just she don't really know how to explain to you somebody she done basically hooked you up with that she's upset right now that the person I hooked you up with is over here trying to hook up with somebody else, although you still hooked up with. She can't be like, our nigga is over there in this water talking to Kylie. I don't know why you so okay with it, Kelsey. I don't know why you ain't mad. Why you not mad that our man, you just, so he go with us and you just fine with him all things like that. I thought you supposed to be my friend, girl. I'm like, oh my God. And so Megan like, you ain't pressed with me? We're mad. Did you not know that we are upset as a whole? You and I are pissed. We getting played right now. And Tory all the way over there sitting in the water with the white girl talking. I'm going to tell them two big bitches over there like this. I'm going to be with Snowflake tonight. So, you know, they couldn't take. They couldn't take. So they're like, oh, excuse me? So, you know, but at the same time, Megan was speaking in hoarse instead of communicating and using her words. Because Kelsey said that it was a lot, you know, Megan was just gibberish, just rambling, you know, about to just, because she can't say what she want to say. So she's sitting in the car, nay, nay, nay. So then they don't understand the names. They like, okay, well, what is this all about? What is this all about? And she couldn't say it. So she's sitting there talking about his height and his career and his music and all of that. Ain't throwing shots at that because she can't throw shots at him, especially in front of Kelsey. Okay? And it wasn't the fact because, again, EJ said it's time to go. This bitch is drunk. It's time to get her up out of here. Okay? It's what EJ had of the said, all right? And then they know he, you know, Kelsey was looking at him like, well, she already acting like she's the star of this party. You know, she already acting like, you know, we ain't supposed to be here, like we basically trash. You know, we the help. Why the help partying? You know, that she already treating us like that. So how we supposed to get her up out of here? Like, what you want me to do with this WWE wrestler? What you want me to do? Now what you got a tranquilizer? You ain't even bring a tranquilizer, did you? See? And you want me to what? What you want me to do? So you know, his flip. So EJ was like, go over there and tell her that the back of her tail is riding up, girl. Go over there and tell her that her wig is lifting, girl. Go over there and tell her that her mane is off, girl. Go over there and tell her something wrong with her mane peeling in the back, girl. Go over there and tell her that. Hurry up. So then Kelsey went over there and told Megan, like, girl, your mane not giving. Girl, your mane not giving, sis. Like, and this nigga's here. So, you know, so that made Megan more inclined to want to leave because she didn't want to leave. And the reason she didn't want to leave is because she was trying to live with him. Y'all welcome. She wanted to leave with Mighty Mouse with 2 feet pimping. That's what she wanted to leave with, absolutely. She wanted to leave with Tory. So it's not, we can leave, but again, and she can't tell Kelsey that. Because Kelsey like, why you were, girl, I'm not worried about it. Like, why you worried about it? I ain't. So why you worried about him leaving when what? So she couldn't say nothing to Kelsey, okay? So then they left. They ended up leaving eventually. Kelsey, EJ, and Megan ended up getting in the car with EJ and leaving with EJ. Okay. So as they left, Megan realized she left on her horseshoes. Megan sis done turned into Cinderella. She done left the glass slipper. Impossible. And 4 white mice could never be 4 white horses. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said, not Cinderella. Not Cinderella, not be left us. Girl, you're rich. Who cares that you left us, girl? I was like, it's possible? Oh my goodness. And 4 my white mice could never be 4 white horses. Such for wall and folly, fiddly dee, of courses. Hold on. A good, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, oh no, girl, you tried it. I'm like, girl, not a squirrel. Not a slipper. You might as well say that you left some gum. Like a slipper? Like it's that big a deal. I doubt the billionaire homeowner will steal it from you. Like, girl, it's a slipper. It's not the big. What she left behind was Tory. She left a person. Now, he might not be much bigger than that slipper. Shout out to Jaguar White. I saw she's in the chat. Love you, Jaguar. So, yeah, it's just like, girl, what she left behind was this little nigga right here. This Tory car seat that she left, and she had his sippy cup in her hand, and she looked down at that sippy cup. It was like, oh, I left something. No, I need it. I need that slipper. I need it. I have to have it. Like, take me back to the slipper. Take me back to the slipper. Girl. Because Megan wouldn't leave. When she came, when EJ and Kelsey first started, like, look, we about to go. She didn't want to go nowhere. So then they had to, like, make something up, basically. It was like, look, girl, your weed, girl. Ooh, girl. Let's go. So then finally she left, and when she did leave, she left with Kelsey and EJ. Okay, so it was Megan, Kelsey, and EJ all in the car, right? And so they helped them go. Okay, so I'm going to go to my next time. So Gates. So anyways, so they go back to get the slipper. Okay, they go back. And Kelsey stays in the car. So what I'm gathering, EJ went in with Megan to get the slipper, and Kelsey, yeah, literally a slipper. Kelsey stayed in the car. She didn't go in. And so then she looked up. The girl, she looked up, and Megan come galloping out of the house. Nay, nay, nay. Nay. Nay, nay, run. Chico coming. So she said the girl ran out of the house with no slipper. She ain't saying nothing about that girl having no slipper. Said I had no slipper. But she did come out the house with Tory. Oh my God. They came back full of slipper, and she found Tory. So Megan went in there and completely walked past that slipper. She went in there and trampled in that living room, burrowed her way out that door, out there in that pool. Okay, because Tory was still there by himself with Kylie. So she was just like, no, I'm not leaving him there with that slut. I know how we get down. I know how we get down. So she's just like, nah, like I left my slipper. Let's go get it. So they ended up going. So then Kelsey don't know what happened, but she said a fight had to ensue while she was there because Megan busted out of the doors. Because y'all heard that audio. Y'all heard Tory Lanez album that he had dropped. That audio was the recording of him, and that's what Corey Gamble is going to testify. Chris Jenner's husband, because he was at that party, so he's going to be able to tell us what Megan came back in. Because again, Kelsey didn't go in. So she don't know what happened, but it had to have been something bad with her coming out like, girl, Kylie just kicked us out. Oh my God. Megan probably would have then said that she had all type of diseases and all of that stuff. Megan would have then said she was pregnant. And Megan would have then, how you gonna be up here in the pool, honey? I'm 7 months. Megan would have then said she was pregnant and told Kylie how she'll never do this to her. Can't believe that Kylie's sitting here doing this to her. You know, all of a sudden, Kylie had to make Megan leave. She was just like, yeah, no, girl, you got to go. Because she came in there coming at Tory, and I think it went on to Kylie. And then Kylie like, yeah, get out of my house. Like, yeah, you got to go. Because she probably started cussing Kylie out. You know, started calling Kylie all type of names. Again, Megan was belligerently drunk. And she needs to stop acting like she wasn't. Girl, you weren't. From that audio that was played in the clip on Tory Lanez album before Megan got it deleted, when she was like, motherfucker, she was lit. Her words, every word that came out of her mouth was slurred. Every single word. Megan was fool. She absolutely was. So she can't knock that. And that's why she couldn't give much detail, because you were drunk. Girl, you were trashed. You remember bits and pieces from the night, more so what you saw in those lives that you were on before you blacked out. But other than that, yeah, Megan, you were drinking way too much alcohol. You consumed way too much alcohol. So did Tory, and so did Kelsey. Still no excuse for nothing that happened, but you were trashed. Let's not make it seem like you were completely sober. You weren't. Stop it. So you can only say what you remember, the little bits and pieces of the night that you may remember. Because again, Megan, you said that Megan first said that her back was turned when Tory popped out from the vehicle. Then she said, and she was walking away from the vehicle. Then she changed it to where she was in front of the vehicle. I said, well, no, girl, because you said you was in a vehicle. You said you was walking away, and he told you dance B, and then he saw Pop Howard. That's what you said. And now you saying that you were in the front of the car, you were walking away, and you were in the front of the vehicle, and then he started. Like, what's going on here? Then you said your back was turned. So if your back was turned, if you were arguing with him and Kelsey, how do you know for a fact that he is the one that did it, especially being intoxicated? Like, how do you know? Like, now she's the one who sang, because again, first she said her back was turned. So if your back was turned, you don't know who did it. You don't know. If Kelsey and Tory were allegedly arguing over the weapon, that's another thing. So if you turn around, you hear pop pop or whatever, then when you pop pop, you injured, and then you turn around, look around, and she already like grabbed. You don't necessarily know who did it. Was it him that just did this, or was it her? Is he grabbing a weapon to get from her, or she grabbing a weapon to get from him? Like, it's a lot, But then she said that she was in the front walking. I'm like, well, what? I'm like, girl, what? Like, what? Pick a team, and stay on it. Okay. So, but again, Megan gets away with all of that stuff. That's fine. Nobody questions. You don't get to question those things because she's a victim. She's always going to be a victim of being injured. She's not a victim in any other way. So, like, cut it. You don't get to lie as a victim. Just tell the truth. You don't want people questioning you as a victim anyways. So keep your story solid and keep it the truth. Keep what you know, like not what sounds good, and that's what it was given. Like, it's like you keep changing the story to make it sound better, I guess, or whatever. Moving right along from that. So Megan said, okay, they stayed there, Megan ran in and how she came out saying Kylie kicked out. Okay, Tory called Megan out on her sleeping with but let's just keep it froggy. So Kelsey said that Tory, an argument ensued inside of the vehicle, and with the argument ensuing, Kelsey wasn't really involved within that moment, but she was. She was, but she wasn't. Until Tory basically looked at her and was just like, your girl foul because, I'm sleeping with her, type of situation. And Kelsey turned, what? And finds out in the car, that this transpired between Tory and Megan. So of course she's feeling hurt, she's upset, she's mad with Megan, and they start arguing. So the argument, I feel, it was kind of energy towards everybody against everybody. I think Kelsey was just annoyed with Megan and how intoxicated she was, and that she was so argumentative with Tory. And I think she was annoyed with Tory with the same thing, but not realizing this whole time this is happening because they sleeping together. You know, not these are two friends that are just drunk, upset, and mad with each other. This isn't what it is, you know. So she's slowly but surely, which she found out in that vehicle, that this was beyond that. And that had to be insulting, you know, to her. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You know, it's with Megan being the one who hooked them up. It's like, girl, why would you hook me up with somebody just to smash them? Like, you could have just got them for yourself. Like, why? You could have just told me at the party and kept it G and just been like, I'm on that. Like, I'm, you know, instead, oh, girl, you should go over there and get with that little boy. You should go over there and get with him. Yay, high. Girl, yeah, girl, you know, I'm on him, girl. I'm a girl, go ahead. Girl, yeah, I'm on him, girl. I was with his friend, the baby, yesterday. No, girl, you can have that, girl. I got a couple of them already. So I'm just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So, that's a good question. Jaguar says, who did Tory like more, Meg or Kelsey? Megan is who I believe he liked more. I believe that Tory wanted Megan. He did. He settled for Kelsey because Kelsey was just something to do. That's how I feel. But overall, with that album that he did and all of that, you could tell he really had feelings for her. Regardless of where, you know, I'm not going to say regardless because he still shouldn't have did if he allegedly did this to her. Weird energy, but still, he did a whole album professing his love to Megan, not Kelsey. So yeah, I think Megan is who Tory wanted. Honestly, if he had to pick, it would have been Megan. Is how I feel. My best friend did the exact same thing to me. I was living, never trusted her again. Yeah, I'm surprised you still stay friends with her. You're a good person, because I don't think I could have been. I don't think that would. Well, we'll fight every time we see each other. So, guys, so y'all. So Tory, you know, told her about that. So then there was an argument that ensued between Megan and Kelsey about said issue with Megan sleeping with the same guy that, you know, Kelsey was sleeping with. So Kelsey went to recess when questioned if Tory threatened to pow her. So allegedly back in when this first happened in 2020, Kelsey stated on record that Tory threatened to pow her the night of said incident. And Kelsey wanted to take, she had to take a recess with her. Well, she asked the judge first if she could plead the fifth. And the judge was like, well, you got to talk to your attorney. You know, that ain't got to do with me. So they went into chambers, I'm assuming, took a short recess, and then came back. And again, she still pleaded the fifth with set questions. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's weird, because that's like a protection of Tory. It's like, why not? This is going to be helpful in taking him down if he did this. If you state this is because this is giving probable cause to other things. So I think that's very essential, you know, for her to be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he did say that to me, because she said it. That she's on record stating that. So that's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do. She's on record saying it, so she can't make it seem like she's never stated this before. That's why she pleaded the fifth, because this is on. So again, I really don't feel like that's the thing that she would be getting immunity for, because that's not perjury, because she didn't state this in the court of law. She stated it in a statement to someone. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So Kelsey stated she didn't want to be there. She stated that she was fine with Tory being there. So again, weird. When they questioned her, and it was like, are you okay? She was just like, you know, I just don't want to be here. And then they said, are you okay with Tory being here? And she said, yes. It's like, yeah, fine with it being here. Like, he's no threat to me. Like, he didn't do anything to me. So yeah, he's fine. I don't mind that he's here. There's like, I'm not afraid of him or anything like that. So he's fine. Staying right here, if you ask me. So again, I found that weird as well. I'm like, well, this does not help the prosecution. This doesn't help them at all. But let's get into this, because an attorney is going to say everything that I just said. Be quiet. Everything that I just said, and I like him. Plus more. And I'm going to see if there's been any updates since we've been live. But let's listen to this attorney really quick. Play.
From this morning, let me catch you up on the rest of Kelsey's testimony. They asked her, how are you feeling? She said, I don't want to be here. They asked her, what's triggering you? She said, quote, lies from Megan. She was asked, what lies? That I betrayed her, that I am a bad friend, that I took hush money. Was asked, how do you feel about the allegation that you shot Megan? She said, that's ridiculous. She was asked, how did you meet Tory Lanez? Me and Meg both met him at the same time at a Rock Nation brunch. She continued that after they met, Meg wanted to hook Tory up with Kelsey, that did happen, that Kelsey and Tory were engaged in an intimate relationship, that Kelsey got COVID, went back to Texas, and during the time she was back in Texas, having left LA, Tory and Meg started getting it on. They talked about the night of the incident. They got to Kylie Jenner's house around 3 to 4 p.m. She was a great witness, by the way. She answered everything extremely knowledgeably, extremely truthfully. I believe every word she said. All right, you heard the bombshell from this morning. Let me catch you up on the rest of Kelsey's testimony. They asked her, how are you feeling? She said she never seemed like she was trying to hide something, except when she pled the fifth, of course. Now, she's clarified this was not a party. Those were just people hanging out. There was maybe 5 or 6 people before Tory got there. There was a lot of alcohol. She said at one point she did pass out. When she woke up, Tory was there. They were all in the pool. They were having fun. She confirmed a lot of the speculation. Tory was hooking up or trying to hook up, flirting with Kylie in the pool. Meg was very agitated, trying to leave with Tory. Tory did not want to leave. She contradicted Meg's testimony. Meg said, oh, I don't remember ever leaving once and then coming back. Kelsey testified they all got in the car. They left without Tory. As they were going, Meg is rambling, being just weird, and then says, oh, I forgot my slipper. Let's go back.
Being weird, rambling, because she couldn't tell Kelsey the truth. She wanted Tory. She didn't care nothing about no slipper or nothing like that. She made any excuse to go back to that house. She absolutely did. So that's what I'm saying. Besides her getting injured with that palming, which I don't feel, again, I still feel like it was accidental. It wasn't anything that I feel that's deliberate, but it doesn't matter. She still was injured. That still should have never happened. Should have have taken a weapon, touched a weapon, and done anything. But again, there was reasons, well, not even reasons. There was times to where Megan could have completely avoided said situation. Like, absolutely. She pulled that energy into her life. She didn't pull getting pow, no. But the energy around it was all her. If she would have just left well enough alone and been on about her way, all that ignorant arguing and drinking and touching weapons and all of that stupid stuff, all of that could have been avoided. So again, there are, as a victim of being injured is what she is. She's a victim of nothing else. Like, a victim of what? Tory wasn't putting his hands on her, or anything like that. He wasn't harming her or anything. He was simply trying to enjoy himself. Honestly. He was chilling, doing his own thing. Megan incited all of that energy around her. She was the bad energy. She absolutely was. Now, she didn't make anybody do nothing. Tory allegedly grabbing a weapon and doing anything to Megan, that was all his decision. She don't have anything to do with that. It don't matter what she was saying. It don't matter what she was doing nothing to make you feel like you needed to fight for your life, Tory, or anything like that, besides the fact that you're sure that is the only thing. That is, you're just a little guy. That's all that is. But there was no reason for you to point that weapon towards that woman at all whatsoever if you did. If you did that, you are wrong. There's no excuse for what you did. I don't care how mad she made you. I don't care if she came in Kylie's house and kicked it off. I don't care if she embarrassed you. I don't care about none of that. None of that matters. Oh, well. You should have avoided it. You should have ignored it. You chose not to. You can't say, oh, if she was doing this to you, I would ignore her. I would walk away. I would. I would. If she start putting her hands on me, she gonna call the police. Because if I hit you back, I'm going to jail. I'd rather you go. I'd rather you go. You get the charge. Oh, well, I'll come get you tomorrow. Just don't hit me tomorrow. I mean, I'd rather you go to jail, though. But like, I'm not putting my hands on you because I already know what that's going to look like. You know, and that's not me. So, again, there's no excuse for it. But again, Megan is the bad energy. People are trying to make it seem like it was Kelsey and Tory. No, it was Megan. Megan went behind her friend's back doing some dirty ish, and it all came to reveal itself. So a lot of things were being damaged within that situation, not just, you know, that which would happen later, which was the powing, but there was a lot of damage done before that even happened. You know, type of, I feel like Megan looked at Kelsey as insignificant, as Kelsey didn't matter. Kelsey was the trinket. You know, everybody has that best friend, you know, and then it's like their friend is just has a normal mediocre life, but then the other friend becomes like a big celebrity, you know, and whatnot, and then they kind of pull that person, you know, along with them, like look at me now, type of look what I have now, you know, like Cardi B got her star brand, Rihanna got her homegirl, you know, the way, you know, the Britney Spears had her one best friend too. They separate, you know, like they always have that best friend that they like to kind of gloat in front of and just be like, look, I know you basically still in the hood, but I'm not, you know, look at me now type of situation. I think that was Megan. Megan was using Kelsey for it. Kelsey was that look at me now type of friend, rags to riches with you. I had rags, now I'm in riches. So you're going to sit around me and watch me excel and everything that I do. Because even the energy with Kelsey saying that Megan came in the room at the party and said like, oh, y'all having fun without me. It's like, what Megan's saying that she doesn't realize she's giving, you don't matter. You're a nobody. So if anybody's going to be here enjoying themselves, it should be me. Meaning wherever Kelsey was within that moment, she was having a good time. Whether she was around Kylie and they were all kikiing or laughing at something, you know, or enjoying themselves, or because I think they were playing beer pong within that moment. And I don't know, maybe Kelsey was good at it, you know, or something like that. But Megan walking up like, y'all having fun without me. It's just like Megan gross. Like, do you really have to be that friend? Do you have to be that way? Like, you should be happy your friend is enjoying themselves. Like, happy that your friend ain't clinging up to you. Because a lot of people are like that, you know? You bring a friend somewhere with you and they only know you, so they cling to you. Instead of going around mingling and getting to know other people, they kind of just up your arm, you know, up your butt, you know, all night. It's kind of just like, you know, go mingle, go say hi, you know, blend. You ain't gonna get to know nobody just standing next to me. You know, you got to get out there, you know. And Kelsey wasn't being that. Kelsey was being fun and outgoing, is what it seemed. And Megan didn't like that. Like, y'all having fun without me. I didn't know we couldn't have fun if you were in the room. I didn't know that, you know. But treating Kelsey as if she's lesser than, and that's what I think Kelsey was getting that vibe from her all night. You know, like, why bring me here to treat me badly? Because you have people that will do that. They'll bring a bum off the street just to treat them badly. Like, I'm going to put you in clothes and all of that stuff, but I'm going to talk to you like a dog while I do it. Like, it's a shame you smell this bad. Get in the shower. It's a shame you ain't got no clothes. Here, I guess I'll give you some. Oh, you're hungry? Or now you want to eat? I guess I should feed you. It's like, well, why bring them here to treat them badly? Like, why folk come? And that's what it's giving. You're doing a charity, you know, something nice by bringing this person, inviting them into somewhere. Why treat them badly? Like, you should treat them well if you're going to invite them in. And I think that a lot of people do that. I do. I think a lot of people bring people in to treat them badly. And they feel that since you're not where I am in life, you just got to kind of take it situation. And I think that that's how Megan was towards Kelsey, you know, just how whatever I'm going through, however I'm feeling, whatever emotion I'm feeling, mad, sad, or indifferent, you just got to just deal with it. No different than sleeping with Tory. She didn't care how Kelsey felt about that for what? Like, you're the lesser than. Like, if he should be sleeping with anybody, it should be the star. If not for me, you wouldn't even know who he is. Rock Nation didn't invite you to that party. I brought you. It's how she looks at it. That's what it's giving. Because why would you do that to her? Why, you know? Everybody know how it is when you're dating someone, not even dating, when you sleeping with somebody and it's consistent, y'all sleep together often, y'all talk often, y'all texting, calling, stuff like that. You don't have to be labeled for it to be a situation. It doesn't have to be this is my man or this is my girl. We'll see. Sometimes it gets there and sometimes it don't. But even within that process, it's still not cool for somebody a friend, a best friend, to be sliding in that territory. Like, that's crazy. And then if so, at least tell, your friend. I mean, why hook somebody up with somebody just to take them? And there are plenty of evil people out there that do things like that. They do. They will mean girls the situation, like that person the entire time. But since you want them, go ahead. No, just she could have easily told Kelsey, like, no, I'm on him. I like him. He's funny. He's cute. I like him. I'm gonna see what that's about. I'm gonna see what that's about. But there's plenty of other people here, girl. But instead, she's like, yeah, go. Yeah, come on, girl. Like, let me introduce y'all. Then you sleep with him. Like, why do that? Like, when you could have just had him on along, Megan. Like, again, that was your event, Rock Nation. You didn't have to bring Kelsey. Kelsey would have never met Tory if you didn't bring her there. I just feel like that's evil. Real friends don't do that. And no one's going to make, because she got pow, make that okay. Just like we're not going to justify Megan being pow because there is no justification. We're not about to justify her sitting there doing her best friend, a Black woman, dirty like that. That's dirty. It's dirty. But we're supposed to look around it because she got pow. No, she did get pow. Very unfortunate. Shouldn't have happened. Whoever did it should pay. But you still dirty. How is that victim shaming or victim blaming? No, that happened. That's a fact. No, we're not about to make Megan innocent of doing what she did to Kelsey. Like, no, that's still messed up. It doesn't matter that Kelsey isn't a superstar. So that she's a human, and we're all human before we're anything. And if Megan hidey this, hidey that, acting like she's so cool with people, if she'll sit on car seat face, she'll sit on Offset face. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Don't leave your man around her. Now that's how I look at it. Take your man with you in the bathroom. Where Beyonce goes, she better take Jay-Z. She need a Kleenex. Take him with you, Beyonce. Don't leave him over there with her. Don't do that. Because that's how she get down. This what she do. But no, that's okay because she got pow. So that doesn't matter. No, you're right. Don't remember, because again, it doesn't matter as a justification. We're not saying because what she did to Kelsey, she deserved. No, even if Kelsey is the one who pow her, that don't give Kelsey the right to do that to Megan because Megan was sleeping with Tory. So, like, that's no justification. Girl, go to jail. You need to do something. Something needs to happen to you. I mean, she did get immunity. Is she going to be is she the power? Then what? I mean, how that's going to go down? What outrage are y'all going to have then? Because I'm hoping y'all going to be outraged. Because anybody that don't come forward and say that Megan is a victim, she is. But if you say anything after that, like, but she still didn't have to lie. She still didn't have to do her best friend dirty, blah, blah, blah. Oh, y'all just do. No, ain't no all y'all just nothing. That's the truth. And if you don't want to discuss it, then just don't discuss it at all. That's how I look at it. You don't get to overlook things just because she's Black and a woman. No. Because they F up too. Players F up. And that's all Megan did. She effed up. She shouldn't have did that. But again, doesn't justify anything. And it doesn't justify her lies. Lying to everybody's face. Those same people that's going around Megan this, Megan that, she done lied to y'all face how many times? And just because you love the word victim so much that since she was a victim of an injury of a pow, not literally a pow victim, some ones that literally have to take months and weeks and sometimes years to recover. No, she's not one of those people. Back up on her feet, twerking within weeks due to shrapnels. Type of situation. Again, an injury is what it was. That's it. She's a victim of that. Nothing else. Nothing else. If anybody would be a victim, it would have been Kelsey. What Tory and Megan did to her. Both of them are disgusting individuals. Both of them. Just like I think like Megan's evil for what she did, I think Tory is too. It takes two to tango. Can't be mad at Megan and not be mad at Tory. I mean, both of them was dirty for what they did. He thought he was doing Kelsey a favor by telling her that we betraying you. He made it seem like just Megan was. You are too. Gross. You act like you talking about like your friend that's my man that she's smashing. Like, nah, nigga, you. The betrayal is both of y'all. Like, both of y'all evil. Y'all nasty. Like, y'all gross. Both of y'all sitting here in my face like, ugh. Like, that's how I look at it. You know, that's why I'm making like, oh, no, that ain't true. Don't believe that. Yeah, you know it's true. You know it is. He said it right to your face. And Kelsey believed it immediately. So, I mean, because again, she looking at it like, well, he ain't got no reason to lie on you. Lie on you for what? And it does make sense. I mean, you did just come out the party hooping and hollering with him. I mean, you were upset with him. I mean, you did have a problem with him. I mean, this do make sense. Y'all been arguing since we left. You know, y'all continuously still sitting here hooping and hollering with each other. So y'all sleeping together make complete sense. Like, yeah, you got feelings for him. It ain't that you didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave because Megan was fine leaving once Tory was with her, when she went and got him and kicked out that party, when she came in there wilding at Kylie's house and Tory left with her. Because at that point, I'm sure Kylie wanted both of them gone because Megan's energy was towards Tory because it was about Tory. So why would Kylie want that there? Like, no, obviously, he the reason you keep coming back. So if he stayed, that means you just going to come back again. Because why you mad? You all up in my face. So you ain't said not one time where my slipper at, but you keep asking me where Tory at. You know, and all of it like, girl, he upstairs, both of y'all to leave together. Leave. So that's when she came out with Tory walked up to the car that Kelsey was in and said that we got kicked. Now you know you got kicked out of Kylie's house. I don't feel like she really kicked Tory out. I just feel like she's like she keep coming back for you. So you might as well, get your girl, type of situation. Like, honestly, I have no idea, but let's keep listening to He Almost Done.
They all go back to get her slipper. Then they grab Tory. Kelsey didn't go in at that point when they went back. But when they came out, Meg came out with Tory, and Meg said to Kelsey, Kylie told us she never seemed like she was trying to hide something, except when she pled the fifth, of course. Now, she's clarified this was not a party. Those were just people hanging out. There was maybe 5 or 6 people before Tory got there. There was a lot of alcohol. She said at one point she did pass out. When she woke up, Tory was there. They were all in the pool. They were having fun. She confirmed a lot of the speculation. Tory was hooking up or trying to hook up, flirting with Kylie in the pool. Meg was very agitated, trying to leave with Tory. Tory did not want to leave. She contradicted Meg's testimony. Meg said, I don't remember ever leaving once and then coming back. Kelsey testified they all got in the car. They left without Tory. As they were going, Meg is rambling, being just weird, and then says, I forgot my slipper. Let's go back. They all go back to get her slipper. Then they grab Tory. Kelsey didn't go in at that point when they went back. But when they came out, Meg came out with Tory, and Meg said to Kelsey, Kylie told us to go. Tory drops the bombshell that he had been hooking up with Meg. Kelsey did not know this. The first time she learned this is in that car. That's when the argument ensues. That's when just lots of arguing is going back and forth. The prosecutor really tried to pin it down and make it look like the argument was only between Tory and Meg, and Kelsey was adamant that everybody was arguing with each other. It was a mess. She confirmed that Meg was dissing Tory's career, his skills as an artist. This stuff all crescendoed. The prosecutors asked her about, was there ever a threat made by Tory to shoot? She said yes. Prosecutor asked her, what's the context? She said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. You can only invoke your fifth if the testimony that you are compelled to give will incriminate you, meaning that the context around the threat, if Meg will not tell us, if Kelsey tells us it would incriminate her. To go. Or Tory dropped.
So again, this is a lot. This is a lot. It's with that whole pow-powing situation. Like, did he say he was going to pow-pow you? That would have been big, you know, for the prosecution. I think it definitely would have helped, but it wouldn't explain why there would be no charges. Because if Kelsey told, whether it was the detective or whomever spoke to her about this whole situation, and she stated that Tory allegedly threatened to pow her, why wasn't any charges brought up on Tory? Why didn't they add charges? It's also stated that Tory allegedly physically hit Kelsey after Megan was pow-powed. When Kelsey tried to approach, he allegedly hit her. Why was no charges brought up on that either? Like, what? So was it just okay for Tory to hit her? Was it okay for Tory to threaten her? Why weren't those things? I mean, there were other charges that Tory was brought up on before court. I mean, charges added prior to going. So those are charges, what she explained, Kelsey allegedly. If he put his hands on her, that is a charge. If he threatened her, is with a weapon, definitely is a charge, you know, because that's premeditation, you know, right there. So I'm like, that's a lot. I'm like, that's pretty heavy. So I'm very interested in what else she has to say. Megan and the prosecution, more so the prosecution, tried to push it as if the argument that ensued in the vehicle was just between Tory and Megan, with Megan coming at his career and, you know, stuff like that. And Kelsey was very adamant that no, that was part of it, but no, all of us were arguing, like all three of us, you know. He arguing with she arguing with him, me arguing with her arguing with him, me arguing with him, me arguing with, like, it was just a bunch of bad energy, you know, within that moment, because there's a bunch of betrayal being, you know, brought around, you know, within that moment. So it makes, if she was paid off, then why is Tory's attorneys stating, where is that? Tory Lanez attorneys are stating that Kelsey is allegedly the power. So if they're stating that, wait, okay, right here. So right here with no jumper, they state, make this big. I think this is it. Kelsey Nicole denies powering Meg, the Stallion, and being in possession of the GUN, but says she did not witness Megan get pop. Okay, this is 51 minutes ago. Oh no, this ain't the one I read earlier. Okay, so y'all, this is getting juicy. This is getting juicy. So Kelsey Nicole denied, because it says update 51 minutes ago. We've been live in over an hour. So okay, we got to get into the updates. Hold on, let me update it over here on this side. But until then, okay, Kelsey Nicole denies powering Megan the Stallion and being in possession of a GUN, but says she did not witness Megan get powed. She did not see Megan bleeding. Oh my God. She do not know who powed Megan or if Megan was popped. Oh no. She admits to hearing gun pops. We will, you are lying to me. I cannot. So she wasn't even there? How does she have GSR residue on her? How does she have it on her? Because she had more GSR on her. I mean, I could see her having a little bit, especially if she wasn't around it. But she said she wasn't even there. Y'all. She said she wasn't even there. Y'all, what am I supposed to do with this piece of information? Kelsey Nicole denies pow-powing Megan Thee Stallion and being in possession of a GUN, but says she did not witness Megan get pow-powed. She did not see Megan bleeding. She do not know who pow-powed Megan. She do not know who pow-powed Megan or if Megan was even pow-powed. She admits to hearing the pow-powing though. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I'm in utter shock right now. I'm in utter shock because if Tory's defense team, if they're stating that the power was Kelsey, because now it's just Megan stating that Tory did it. Kelsey said she don't know who did it. She didn't see it. And that, you know what helps her case? Because Megan said she didn't see, when she was on stand, she said she didn't see Kelsey. Megan said she didn't see her. She said she just saw Tory. She said, oh, I saw Tory. He told me to dance, beat, and then I told him, So that does help what Kelsey is saying. It absolutely does. Mm-hmm. It fits because she said she didn't see her, and Kelsey said I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. I heard the pop howling. I did. I heard it, but when I got back, okay, so it brings us back to the glass theory. Check my DM. Okay, it brings us back to the glass theory. Hold on, let me see what other updates we got because there has to be other updates. There has to be. Oh, there has to be other updates. Hold on. There has to be. What's that? Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay, well, let's just pull this up. Okay, so afternoon break at Tory Lanez trial. Kelsey testimony has been a lot of I don't recalls, at least one more failed attempt to plead the fifth. She's saying that she doesn't remember things she said prosecutors during some interviews that were recorded. Okay, so it says critically, she wouldn't confirm she saw Lanez with the GUN, which she said in the recorded interview, or that Lanez threatened to pow her, which she said in the recorded interview. Recordings have been played in court. Interesting. So it says Harris is saying she's struggling with postpartum depression and a recent passing in the family, and her mindset isn't here right now. She also denied Lanez offered her hush money, which Megan alleged he did to the tune of $1 million yesterday, because Megan did state that Tory offered her $1 million to not state anything. Judge has directed at this time that jury cannot consider the recordings of Harris' prior interview with the DA office as evidence. Wow, that is interesting too. I wonder why. Our interview was not 100%. Our interview was not 100% truthful. Harris said of one of her prior interviews, though she hasn't said what specifically is inaccurate. She has flat out denied pow-powing at Megan. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yes, Kelsey is definitely protecting herself. I mean, hey, I can't blame her, but I mean, okay. Oh wow, this is a lot. Okay, I'm going to go to other places because I know other places have other information. What do y'all think so far? What do y'all think so far? So she's stating that she's struggling with postpartum depression and that she is not sure about who pop-out anybody because she wasn't there. She says she didn't see nothing. And that is extremely hard to believe that she didn't see anything. What? I'm gonna say Gunna is out of the slammer, no one cares. So I'm sure Chloe will be happy. Go on, Chloe, he out, girl. Okay. Okay, let's listen to Dennis Barber.
Kelsey just testified that Megan was lying on her. This is direct examination. This is the prosecution very early on getting that out from Kelsey Harris. During another line of questioning, the prosecutor asked her, thank you, why were you afraid? She testifies that Tory Lanez threatened to shoot her. Kelsey just testified that Megan was lying on her. This is direct examination. This is the prosecution very early on getting that out from Kelsey Harris. During another line of questioning, the prosecutor asked her, thank you, why were you afraid? She testifies that Tory Lanez threatened to shoot her.
So I'm still confused. So she's saying that when she interviewed with the detective, whoever, prosecutor, whoever, she interviewed with the first time, she said that she didn't want to testify because Tory threatened her. Is that what's being said? I just want to make sure I'm hearing that right. Is that what he said, that Kelsey didn't want to testify the first time around because she felt like, not felt like, Tory threatened her. So I'm afraid. I'm scared. And it also, isn't that pretty much what the title says? Yeah, Kelsey Harris reportedly testified that Megan lied on her and she was scared because of Tory Lanez threatening to pow her. Wow. Wow. This is a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know, there's more. Yeah, we already heard that from the shade room. Okay, we got that too. Is Millie live? I didn't get a notification. Is she live? No, she's not live. Okay, hold on. I will. Did she? Oh, she was? Okay, hold on. Because I was over there earlier. That's not good. because I know she was going back into court after she ate because they were on recess. Let me pull up my girl. Pull up my girl. I'm sorry, hold on. Technical difficulty. Oh, not technical difficulty, but okay. Because y'all sending me stuff too, and I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to read what y'all sending, and yeah, I'm doing too much. Okay, this one is from earlier, right? Yeah.
It was names being called between everybody. They tried to get Kelsey to.
Okay, this is her live from earlier. And I just talked about all of that. So did she go? Because I don't see that she went live again unless it's not saved. Or it's still saving. If she just got off of live, you know, sometimes it takes a few minutes for it to upload. But that live, that's 39 minutes. That's the one she did earlier. I was there for that. DJ Academics came up and she explained everything to him too. We just got to talk about that. Boom. Okay, let's go to Twitter. Let's just go to Twitter. Let's just go to Twitter because Twitter be updating everything. Look, they out here saying the same thing. Somebody tweeted, Megan Thee Stallion used the Protect Black Women movement to rally up women against Tory Lanez after lying multiple times on different platforms. That's crazy. Weird. That's weird. Oh, let's go to top.
No, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you supposed to be my best friend. We laugh at bitches that do that shit to each other. We not supposed to do that shit to each other. So stop playing with me. And I don't want to go back and forth on the internet. I don't want to know it. I don't care whatever you think you got on me. Expose the shit. Because there's nothing that you can expose that I won't.
She's talking about the sex tape. That's what she's talking about right here. Mm-hmm.
Hold myself accountable for. Accountability. You need to learn how to hold yourself accountable for shit. This shit, I don't even know why it's going this far. I don't understand to this day, y'all. Y'all ask me these questions. I don't have the answers. I don't have the fucking answers. Because people don't know how to be mature and talk like adults. Y'all can't say that I ain't trying to have no real conversation. Y'all can't say that. And really, I'm not the one that should have been having. Y'all should have been having conversations with me. Y'all owe me a fucking conversation. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe my loyalty to nobody no more. I don't owe shit. So please stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me because, you know, we can take it there. I want you to move on with your life. I want you to elevate. I want you to succeed. I'm not you. You're Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not you. I'm Kelsey. Let me do what I have to do to get where I need to be to make sure my family eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here really trying to make some shit happen. That's why you fucked with me so tough, because I was a hustler. Because I was on my shit. I stopped what I was doing to support you because I wanted to do that from my heart. Anyways, if you had the right people around you, they would probably be telling you, you know, to slow down on some of the shit you're doing. It's not.
All I know is that Kelsey is the guy that's supposed to be her kid's father. That is her kid's father, as far as I'm concerned, I guess. He's a producer, I believe. He produces music. So yeah, I don't think that her child is by Tory. I don't think that. Some people say that, and again, I don't know. But from what I know, she is with the producer. They just had a child not too long ago. Yeah, that's what I know. I forgot his name, but I know he's like into music and whatnot. He produces, but he's not like a rapper or anything. But yeah,
No, it's not right. It's not. If you're gonna preach protect Black women, stand on that. Find out.
But when I said it, I was victim blaming. When I said if you're gonna say protect Black women, stand on it. You know, I'm victim blaming. Are you blaming what on her? No. You don't get to play with the title just because it fits you. You know, the dress fits right now, so you're gonna wear it. But then as soon as it don't, let me throw it away. Let me get rid of it. Let me, instead of losing weight or something to fit the dress again, you just, I'll just throw it away. Oh well. And that's what she did with the whole Protect Black Women cause, Megan. She did. Like, she used y'all. Whether y'all feel like y'all were used or not, you were. I promise you. You definitely were. Mm-hmm. You definitely were. So again, we saw him dragging his baby feet earlier in court. Let's listen to what Meg said on Gail, y'all.
Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
Like, why is it okay to lie? Like, again, I will respect Megan more if she would have just said, I don't talk about my personal life like that. What happens behind closed doors with me and mine, or what I do, that's beyond that stage is nobody's business. I will respect that 10 times more than you sitting there telling a blatant lie. Like, why sit here and lie? Like, there's no reason for it. Just say you plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. It's just like, why lie? That just makes you look untrustworthy. That messes with your credibility. So then when people question something else, you want to get mad. Like, why are you getting mad? A liar is a liar. Okay, Megan? A liar is a liar. So if you'll lie about this, you'll lie about that. You can't say, why would I lie about this? If you are a liar, if you're somebody that lies, if you're someone that tells the truth, then you get to come forward and say, why would I lie about this when I don't lie? I'm not a liar. I'm not known for lying or anything like that. I've not changed my story, or anything like that. No, you're literally lying to people's face. Like, there's no reason. Just simply state that you don't want to answer the question. And again, to Gayle King, because people want to come at Megan within this situation too, like me. But again, I'm unbiased. So I can be unbiased and say that Gayle King, lesbian, her Oprah husband, did not have to ask Megan that question. Nah, Gayle, lesbian King, did not have to ask that girl that question. She didn't. She didn't have to ask it. Very unladylike. Well, what you need to know that for anyway? You ain't asked Oprah who she's sleeping with because you know it's you. But then you sit down with Megasis and you want to know who been rubbing on her man. Who been making her go, You want to know all that. For what? Who eating that carpet, Gayle? Gayle, who penetrating you? But you ask Gayle a question like that, and that's disrespectful. Why? She asks them. She be asking women what peeing in between their legs. Why we can't ask her? But we do it, and oh, you're so disrespectful. Then what is she? Because she's sleeping with Oprah, she's respectful? Oh no, she respectfully, and a respectful way of asking a woman about who is in between their legs. There's no respectful way about. The only way is that they're married. How's your marriage going? That person being married, we know who in between her legs. We know they're married. So, I mean, that's saying it without saying it. So, I mean, you don't have to, you know. But Megan's not married, and she damn sure wasn't married to no damn Tory. And she's never openly said, although she lying, she ain't never openly stated that she was sleeping with him or anything like that. Gail. So who are you to ask this black woman? Because she wouldn't have asked Gwyneth Paltrow that. No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. She would have asked Jennifer Aniston that. She would have asked none of them that. No. She wouldn't have did that. Okay? But she did it to Megan. Like I said, that was a disrespectful question. If you think about it, that was disrespectful. There was no reason for her to ask Megan that. Listen to this again. Listen to this again. And if you was Megan sitting there, regardless of what's going on, okay, because we know Megan got pow. She is a victim because she got pow. Why did Gail feel that it was important to bring up if she was sleeping with Tory or not, as if that would explain anything? It doesn't explain why he pow-powed her. It doesn't explain anything. It doesn't validate it. It doesn't excuse. It doesn't. It's just that question didn't. It was unnecessary because it truly has nothing to do with the reason she got pow-powed. It's not like he said in the car, Kelsey, I'm sleeping with Megan too, and then it happened. Like, yeah, no, it didn't have nothing to do with that. So there was really no reason to bring it up, besides the fact that Gail wanted to be messy, and you know, she feels more comfortable asking black women who they sleeping with versus her other counterparts. So let's listen to that question again.
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with?
See, that's what made a disrespectful lesbian. Oprah girl. That's what made it disrespectful, because when Megan said like sexual, you could have easily stated, Gayle King, oh, well, you know, any type of way, you know, were you guys romantic with each other, you know, at all? Dating without a title, doing things that couples do with, you know, there's plenty of other ways she could have set that up. She said yes. So that's what she was asking. That's what she was trying to dress it up. But again, no. Megan was like, you mean like sexually? Like, she said, yes. Yes, look at this lesbian. Look at this lesbian, all in between Megan's legs. Look at this lesbian.
Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory? With him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
Gross. That was a gross question. And unneeded. It was unnecessary. That didn't. What does that do? What does that do? Not on national TV. Not on national TV. All type of audiences watch this wig over here. Not on national TV. Now, sidebar question. Cool. But on national TV, did you have a sexual relationship? That is not a valid question with somebody that was pow-powed. Remember, she's a victim. What does her vagina have to do with being pow-powed? Again, Megan was not pow-powed because of her vagina. She wasn't. That's not why she was pow-powed. So that's not a valid question at all. It was unnecessary. Again, Megan, there's no charges against her because she didn't do nothing to nobody. That's usually what most victims do. They don't do anything. They're just there. Victims are present. And that's what happened to Megan. Her being pow-powed, she's the victim. She's a victim of being injured. There's no reason to bring up who she's sleeping with. Why? Where does this get us? So even if Megan did say yes on the show, where are we now? Is that going to validate what Tory did? No. There's no validation that comes from it. So it's more so of getting to the root of the issue. And the issue is that she was pow-powed. And as a Black woman, she does not feel protected. That is what the basis of this conversation was supposed to be. Not who's in between her legs. Because again, she didn't get pow-powed while prostituting. There wasn't a sexual act committed, you know, and then she was pow-powed after. Like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, nothing. So, I mean, I get it. I get that it does have relevance, but it's not a valid question. No. I would have frowned upon that if someone would have, I mean, and she's a woman. Now, as a man, I mean, I guess, you know, that question man asked us a little different, but I feel like woman to woman, you know, that was disrespectful. I don't feel like that was an appropriate question for a victim that's coming onto a show. I don't, if she came on my show, I mean, at that time, I wouldn't, because none of that matters. It doesn't. There's really no validity to it within that moment. Now, has she lied about the situation around the topic? Yes. But just like in general, like I said, all liars tell the truth. I don't feel like Megan's lying about Tory. If with her being intoxicated, especially, if she feels like she turned around and she saw Tory and that's who pop out her, I can't tell her anything different. I wasn't there, you know, so I can't tell her anything different. If that's how Megan feels, that is how Megan feels. I have no power. But just because, again, it is embarrassing. It is very so much embarrassing. The situation that led up to the powering. So I can understand her not wanting to connect herself to Tory out of what it represents. I think that, I mean, no girl wants to be known as that girl. You know, my friend, you know, my friends don't trust me because of ... And so nobody wants to be known as that girl. So I can see with Megan it being embarrassing for her and not wanting that girl code breaker on her back, you know, the scarlet letter, you know, type of situation. I get it. But at the same time, plead the fifth. Even as a star, Megan has the right to see the questions and other questions before they're asked and has her do's and don'ts. Do ask me these questions, don't ask me these ones. And her stating that she didn't want to be questioned about Tory could definitely be one of them, like easily. That prevents you from lying. It prevents you from being dishonest when you can just keep your business, because she is entitled to that. If Megan doesn't want people to know that she was sleeping with Tory at the same time as Chelsea and whatnot, she has that right. Because at the end of the day, it's truly none of our business. It's none of our business. That's between her and who she's sleeping with. And whoever that person's sleeping with, that's between them. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with us. And she knew as well that would overshadow what actually happened, and it did. It did. It overshadowed, you know, the powering, because it's just like, you know, like you dirty, you know, type of. Now I agree it shows motive with Kelsey, because I don't think Kelsey is as innocent as she's stating that she is. Now I'm not gonna say she pop out Megan. She stated that she is not the person that did it, and she stated that she didn't see what went on, which would allude to either Tory did it or Megan pop out herself. And it's just like, no, I don't. It's so confusing. Someone's right. She should have pled the fifth. I agree. She should have pled the fifth. Absolutely. Joe Bobby said, I love your channel, but on this situation, I don't agree with you. And that is completely fine. Again, neither one of us were there. So I can't call you wrong and you can't call me wrong, because I'm not Tory and you're not Megan. So that's completely fine that you disagree. Shout out to you. No one is discrediting her, but Meg is foul. She absolutely is. And that's my whole point too. You know, I'm not saying the girl lied about what's going on, but at the same time, you are a liar and you're foul. Like, you are. You're the worst type of friend. In the league of everything that just happened with Shanquella and stuff like that, to have a Dejanay type of spirit around you, because that's what she's giving. So to have a Dejanay or a Winsor Donovan spirit around you, girl, yeah, no, Meg, she does. She has the right not to, and I said that. I said, but no, especially another woman, should be questioning her about that type of stuff anyway. About that type of stuff anyway. I mean, we don't even have to look at Tory's history. We can look at Tory now. He's got into a lot of physical altercations with people. Just August Alsina, not too long ago, and other people. Tory definitely is a violent person. He definitely is. I mean, I don't see what we need to go look up. Like, he definitely is a violent person. Meg is too. She done beat up boyfriends, all that she got charges for. She is too. She has a history as well. Don't look up one history if you're gonna look them up all. That's what I'm saying. They're all capable of things. This same girl on this screen right now was arrested and bailed and bonded out for beating up on a man. Yeah, charged and everything. So, and this was that type of situation, her getting into it with a man. So again, both of them have violent past. Both of them put their hands on people. Yeah, both of them do that. Not just one. So don't look up his past if you're gonna look up hers. You gotta look up them both. You gotta look both they passed up. Right, absolutely. I'm just saying, don't look up one past if you ain't gonna look at them both. I mean, her energy, leaving the party, then coming back to it, all of that, like, that's given aggression. That's not given. I mean, she basically forced Tory to leave, is what it's given. You force this same person that did all of this. It's like you're literally begging for it, you know, not the powing, no, but just a negative energy to come from this person, you know. It's like you're begging for it. Honestly, Cole left the party and came back, and you known for running up on dudes. Like, girl, chill out. Like, doing too much. But again, there's no reason for her to have gotten powed. No reason for it. No reason. It absolutely is not. No reason for it. She did not deserve that. Nobody does. So let's Megan her that one. Shut your girl. She said that's a healthy girl. Let's talk. Says show true, Sean. So the evidence speaks for itself, but it's her body. She was in a fight with her ex-boyfriend. She was in an argument with her ex-boyfriend. That was not a fight. It didn't turn into a fight until she started putting her hands on him. That's when it turned into the police got called. Because they didn't call the police because they were arguing, because that's what was happening. She had just found out he had another girl pregnant at the fair, because they were at the fair. And she walked up to him and confronted him, and she got mad because she was drunk, and she started swinging on him. She started hitting him and whatnot, and bystanders called the police, not even him. It wasn't even him, it was bystanders. So they were that worried for him that this woman was putting her, because it's not like it was the other way around. Bystanders called the police. It wasn't even her. I mean, it wasn't even him. So yeah, she's a violent person. She is. I mean, it didn't turn violent until she put her hands on him. He did not hit her. He did not. He was not arrested. She was. She got arrested. She was the aggressor. Just like the night with Tory. She was the aggressor. She left, came whole back. She didn't leave until she left with Tory. Aggression. That's how a lot of men are. Controlling. You coming with me type of situation. Instead of do you want to go, you coming with a type of situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Tory didn't want to leave. Again, he left because they were basically removed. When nobody kicked up before Megan came back. To me, that's aggression. That's coming in hurt. What telling people what's gonna happen? Like, who are you? Who are you? Because that's what she tried to make Tory out to be. I thought that was Tory. I thought he was so controlling, you know, and all of this, because that's how everybody made it seem. Like, oh, Tory made them get in the car, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not even talking about before the powing. I mean, I'm talking about before the powing. When they left, people made it seem as if Tory made them leave, and come find out, but none of that true. None of that. Tory didn't want to leave with her. He didn't even want to be around her. She had a whole left. He was completely fine with it. She came back. How is he an aggressor? What is aggressive about that? I'm at a party hanging out. I'm sleeping with multiple chicks. I'm going none of these bitches. None of them can call me they man. None of them. I'm at this party. It's a Kardashian. I'm trying to smash. She matching my energy. I'm about to hit. And then you got this girl that you don't even go with. And she drunk. You just like gross. Like leave already. You know? So then she leaves. You feel like you in the free. You in the zone. You know, you good. She gone. You chilling. You doing what you doing. Then all of a sudden here comes this loud banshee. Again, where's Tory, the aggressor? You don't get, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to take accountability for your actions so then you won't do it again. But everybody want to making this victim. No, the only thing she's a victim of is being injured during that pop howling. Nowhere else is she a victim because Tory wasn't doing nothing to her. Like people making it seem like she been with Tory for a long time. He been putting his hands on her. All of that. No, let's not turn it into that. Stop it. Stop. That's not what it is. There's two people that were sleeping with each other. That's it. Stop. Like, stop making her a DV survivor. You know, and all of that's not what this is. Stop it. She got shrapnels in her feet, an injury. She's a victim of that. That's it. This wasn't something she went through for weeks, days, months. This man been controlling her and doing all of this stuff to her. Now he done. No. She was effing her friend, man, boy. The dude she was in, no, gross. She was foul, evil. Is this type of stuff she was doing, very foul. Like, but let's overlook all of that because she got shrapnels in her foot. Like, yeah, no. Because she learns nothing from that situation. Stop being all aggressive like that with men. You can't control them. No means no. No means no. He ain't leave that party. He was trying to stay there. You should have let him. You came back and with disruptive energy, disrupting all of that to have your way is what you did. Now, if Tory would have did that, then he came back to that party and he made a scene because Travis Scott was there and he made her, she got kicked out the party because he came back with this energy. He'd be looked at as all aggressive, all like, but she do all of that and it's completely fine. It is completely fine that Megan forced that man to basically leave that house. Basically harassed him all night. All effing night. That's true. That's fact. That's what it's given. They whole left. Because I can't wait till Corey Campbell come forward and testify. Because if he states the same thing, Megan left and Megan came back, you're harassing him at this point. Again, she still should have never got pop out. None of that should have happened. None of that. None of it. None of it. Oh, girl, send her to AA. Send her to AA because she don't remember nothing, sis. She doesn't remember anything. So if she don't remember anything, you can't remember for her. Again, you weren't there. Like, let's not live vicariously through people. She was too drunk to remember anything. She didn't even remember leaving. Like, she didn't even remember leaving. So if EJ comes forward and Corey comes forward, you know, these people, when they testify and they state that she did leave, then what? they all lying too? They all lying too? Like, yeah, no. Here, flip. Like, no, they're not lying on her. She's very so much aggressive. Very so much. And she tried to force Tory to leave until she got her way. She didn't rest until Tory left that house. Because that's how jealous she was. End of story. That makes complete sense, checks out. Now that check out. It does. Kelsey went up that line. And Tory been stated this same stuff. Even with Kelsey and them moving, Tory did videos. He did a video before Megan had to take it down. He did a video of two friends moving in. It was two homegirls. And one girl was moving from a home into another home with this friend. He was talking about Megan and Kelsey. Like, he been saying all of this shit. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff he has said. You know, Megan's the one that doesn't remember sleeping with Tory, being with Tory. She don't remember drinking at the party. Much alcohol was not consumed. She don't remember if it was she was walking in the front of the car, she was walking in the back of the car. Her story is extremely conflicting. She don't even remember leaving with EJ and Kelsey, which will make sense if that's who you came with. Why wouldn't you leave with them? Why wouldn't you? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Like that she wouldn't think. Why wouldn't I don't remember leaving with the people I came with? Like, that's who you came with. Like, why wouldn't you leave with those people? That doesn't make any sense. You didn't come with Tory, so why would you be leaving with them? That was the problem. That was the only difference. That was the only person that wasn't in the car, Tory. That was it. And then Tory or EJ switched all of their stuff from his car and put it into Tory's SUV. And they left in that. EJ left on his own. He didn't leave with anybody that second time that he had left. He was gone. After that, alone. He went with one of them. Because Kelsey and Megan got in the car with Tory. And I don't even think Megan intended for Kelsey to get in the car with them. I think that just kind of randomly just happened. You know? It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. It definitely is a lot. Let me go back and see our comments because it's a lot of them. Megan just wanted to be loved. She have nobody. Megan has plenty of people. She absolutely does. In order to see love, you have to give it. You absolutely do. We get into dark moments. Everybody loses people. Nobody comes here permanently. And it's sad that Megan has lost her parents. It is. Grandmother, very sad. Very sad. It is. But it does not excuse bad behavior. It doesn't excuse being an alcoholic. It doesn't excuse effing over friends. It doesn't excuse that. If anything, with losing those people, is your friends should become more important than you because you are losing out on family. So again, how important is family to her if she's losing the ones that are important to her, and the friends that have been in her life the longest are usually the ones that become family. It feel like family, but you effing them people over too? No, you don't get to say, I fucked my friend's man because my mom died. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. Yvette, I don't get to sleep with somebody in your family. I don't get to sleep with your husband, or me and you be friends and I sleep with your adult son or adult daughter because I'm upset that no, that's not an excuse. Betrayal is betrayal. I don't get to come in your house, Yvette, and steal $100 from you because my mama dead. It don't excuse it. Nope. I don't get to come over there and hurt anybody in your home because somebody in my family passed away. No, it does not excuse that. I don't get to go around being a belligerent drunk, and all of that stuff because I lost people. It does not excuse that because we all lose people and we are human. We may convey things differently, but they're not going to be excused. They're not. So again, when you are losing people that are essential to you, like close family and whatnot, then the people that have been around you the longest become like instant family because they're the most familiar things to you. Why F those people over? You would think that her and Kelsey would be like sisters, at this point, but they can't be because of decisions that Megan has made. Not Kelsey. Kelsey, she didn't do nothing to Megan. She did not. She can't help how Megan switched up on her. She can't help that. And like that jail conversation that Kelsey had with Tory. One, it wasn't a bad of a conversation. And then two, she was dealing with him. Feelings don't just turn off like that. Like it don't. If she had feelings for Tory, again, another reason for her to be hurt. It don't just work like that. It don't. Like, he screwed me over, so feelings off. No. Now we say that, but we don't mean it. Rather we give them a couple days or a week, something like that. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes the same day we back talking to those same people. So yeah, it makes complete sense that she would be like having a conversation with him. Happens all the time. A lot of y'all men's and women's done cheated right on y'all. And that same night that you found out they cheated, y'all might have fussed and fought and all of that stuff, but y'all went to sleep together and y'all woke up together. So happens every day. So yeah, that's no big deal. And how I look at it, like, yeah, that it was fresh. It just happened. Everybody was drunk the night before. Tempers were high. You talk to him the next day, everybody's sober. He just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, he's sober now. We were all last night, we were drunk. It's a different energy. When you're drunk, everybody has a different energy when you're that intoxicated. And they were all very so much intoxicated. No excuses, because again, nothing should have happened to Megan, Kelsey, or Tory. All of them, they came uninjured. They should have left uninjured. Everybody should have went home uninjured. No weapon should have ever been pointed at anybody, drawn on anyone, threatened. None of that. None of that. None of that should have taken place. None of that. I don't agree to any of it. I don't agree to any of it. If Tory is the one that Papa make, he needs to go to jail. It's as simple as that. I don't care if it was a ricochet. It doesn't matter if it was shrapnels. Oh well, you injured her. Go to jail. It is what it is. But how the case is going, are we thinking mistrial? Because I don't know. Because I figured if Kelsey came forward and she said that Tory was the one who did it, then it can be like open and shut. Because it's not much the jury is going to have to go off of, but to hear two people place him as the person that did it, I feel like that's enough. Enough for them to be like, you know what, let's charge him. Type of situation, but you can't leave a reasonable doubt. There's a lot of doubt about a lot of things. Because if Megan saying he did, Kelsey saying she didn't see it and she wasn't near it, although all four people had GSR on them, like, where do we go? Like, where do you go from there? Because Tory's going to have to testify too, right? Because when Tory testifies, the driver ain't speaking. Yes, he is. I believe he has to testify too. I believe he's testifying. Isn't he testifying after Kelsey? Is he testifying after Kelsey? Is either Corey next or the bodyguard? But no, all of them have to testify. They've all been subpoenaed. So yeah, he has to testify from what I've gathered. They say they can't find him. Oh, they'll find him. The bodyguard, the driver, and the bodyguard statement. Where's the driver and the bodyguard statement? There wasn't a driver, wasn't there? There wasn't. Wasn't the bodyguard driving before the pow-powing, and then after the pow-powing, Tory was driving? I thought the bodyguard was driving. I don't know nothing about no driver. There's two witnesses. It's not just one, it's two. And I don't think they're testifying. No, I don't believe the witnesses are testifying. I don't. I don't think. No, bodyguard driving, then there was a driver. Bodyguard is the driver. That's what I thought. I thought the same thing. I thought that when they left the party that the bodyguard was driving. And Megan was in the front seat. And Tory and Kelsey were in the back seat. That's what I thought. And then in the helicopter footage, it was only 4 people. 3 people were on the ground, and Megan couldn't get on the ground because of her foot, because she was bleeding. So they made her like sit to the side. But it was only 4 people. It would have been 5 if there was a driver. from what I gather, the bodyguard was driving at first, and then him and Tory switched when after whatever happened to Megan. Tory was driving, and then there were 4 people on Kelsey and Tory were testifying. I believe Meg was not. Correct. Now I don't. Well, Megan she would have had to have had residue on her. All of them had residue on them because just because you can put residue onto a person as well. So if you fire a weapon or close to somebody that's fired a weapon, and then because again, Megan got injured, so she must have fell to the ground or something that way. But both of them went to her. Both of them, Kelsey and Tory, they both went to her. So they could have easily put it on her by touching her, helping her up, or whatever. They could have easily gotten it on her. But it doesn't mean that Megan had anything to do with pulling the trigger. No. But yeah, you don't have to pull a trigger for residue to be on you. You can just be near it, or somebody that has it on their hands, them touching you, now it's on you, type of situation. So if you on the ground and you use your hand and they use their hand to help you stand up, if they just fired a weapon, now it's on you. Now the residue on your hand, So yeah. She's going to win. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? I heard that Meg stepped on glass. That's what it was stated in the beginning of the report. She stated that it was glass. Because Kelsey, she said, hold on, let me look, because y'all telling me to check my DM. So Kelsey, what is it? Okay, I'm not pulling that up. Well, I'm sorry. I'm looking to see what's been sent. What the hell? Okay. Oh, girl. Hold on, let's listen to this. I know you lying. Shout out to It's On Site.
We are on a 15-minute break. Got to get back into the courtroom very quickly. I sat at 12 o'clock directly in Kelsey's line of vision. I watched her testify. I watched her deny that Tory threatened to shoot her. I watched her confess that she lied to the police when she said that. The reason why she was lying to the police, the investigators, is because she wanted to protect herself. OMG. The rest of the testimony that we just saw in the after lunch session was a prosecutor holding on for dear life to a recording between her, a police investigator, and another LA County prosecutor, and Kelsey, and just replaying that recording and saying, Kelsey, didn't you say this? And Kelsey saying, I did. Kelsey, is that true? And Kelsey saying, no, I lied. Did the LA County prosecutors give Kelsey immunity? I think so. They did, didn't they? That's what I reported this morning. That's what I saw in this courtroom. Does Kelsey sound like a believable witness? No. Is Tory Lanez accusing her of being the shooter? Yes. I'll tell you something. That jury, most of them, it looked like they had their mind made up. I don't know which way, but they saw that person say that I lied about all that to protect myself. They're going to hear that there was gunshot residue on her. And it gets
So now Tory Lanez never threatened her. Now she's admitted that she lied about that to protect herself. And Tory's defense team is going to come forward and say that Kelsey is the one who did it. I'm starting to feel like Kelsey did it. Kelsey says she don't know who did it. She wasn't there, but she heard it. I'm starting to think it was her to protect herself, because this is all protecting herself. This isn't protect Tory, because Megan still stated that Tory is the power. What would have protected Kelsey is by Kelsey stating that Tory did it, because then they would. She said she don't know. And she's granted immunity. How far that immunity goes, I don't know. Because if Tory's team is going to come forward and state that she is the power, how is that going to work if she's granted immunity? Isn't she granted immunity against this case like in full? Does that mean like in full or just against certain things? What does that look like? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like? It's starting to look like maybe Kelsey did it. Maybe Kelsey did it. And again, it's definitely gonna, I'm not gonna say cause for a mistrial, but I don't feel like Megan's testimony alone stating that it was Tory is going to be enough. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like that's going to be enough. I think that Kelsey would have definitely helped a lot with stating that it was Tory. But let's listen to this again.
Crazier. We are on a 15-minute break. Got to get back into the courtroom very quickly. I sat at 12 o'clock directly in Kelsey's line of vision. I watched her testify. I watched her deny that Tory threatened to shoot her. I watched her confess that she lied to the police when she said that. The reason why she was lying to the police, the investigators, is because she wanted to protect herself. OMG. The rest of the testimony that we just saw in the app.
So again, if she's lying to protect herself, did you do it? Did you do it? If you're lying to these people and saying that, oh, Tory's gonna hurt me. Tory said that he's gonna do this. He's gonna pow me, basically insinuating that he did it to Megan. Because why wouldn't they take you seriously? Why wouldn't they believe you if you're stating something that he's already being accused of? So if Kelsey comes forward like, oh no, I was scared for my life. He said that he was going to do da-da-da to me and he's being accused of it. He's already did it to one woman. So, and then we stated earlier, if Kelsey told these police officials or even a prosecutor and whatnot, whoever, that this same story, why didn't they bring up any charges? Because it didn't happen. Because she lied. Because she didn't she wasn't seeking any charges against Tory either. You know, she didn't say, I want to press charges on him for doing that, for threatening me, putting his hands on me during the altercation outside that night. Because she lied to the police and told the police that Tory pow after Tory pow Meg, when she tried to come towards Megan, he hit her. He physically assaulted her and drug her to the ground. So she's basically making it seem like I watched him pow Megan and he hit me and pulled me down to the ground. So, and he told me that if I said anything that he was going to pow me too. And he had just did it to her. So, I mean, why wouldn't I think he was going to do it to me? I was scared. And then she comes and states that all of that was a lie. I was just doing that to protect myself from what? Because if you're not scared of Tory and you aren't protecting yourself from Tory, what are you protecting yourself from? It sounds as if, again, Kelsey didn't find out about what was going on between them two until she was in that car. Okay? In that SUV is when she found out about them. So who knows how upset she was? Who knows how upset she was? Maybe she could have just, you know, pop out at her feet. Like, oh, you think you this and you think you that. You know? Could have been. And what I said earlier in the beginning of the live, that weapon could have easily, that unregistered one, could have easily been Kelsey's. It could have easily have been hers. And Tory took the rap for a set weapon you know, to look out for her, type of situation. And that's why she looks out for Tory. And Megan blaming it on Tory is because all of the petitions and campaigns and all that stuff, she started to protect Black women and all that stuff. It had to be towards a man. And she was mad at Tory anyway. She was mad at him anyway. She was mad at him. Because if you go back and think, when Megan, right before Megan came forward and said that Tory pow-powed her, before she changed up the whole story and said it wasn't Glass, it was actually that it was him, he pow-powed me. Okay. She was saying, since you gonna say this, or since you got your team doing this, or since you got your team doing that, we was kind of looking at Megan like, what are you talking about? Because at that point, Tory Lanez had been like radio silent. Like he said nothing. Like he wasn't saying anything. So it's like, well, who is she talking to? Because it's like she keeps saying this person doing this behind the scenes and da-da-da and da-da-da. It's like, well, who? Like, girl. And then she just start coming on IG Live, you know, saying certain things. You know, you dry shot me, you this, you that, you blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, where's all this energy coming from? Because she's acting as if she's responding to something. And Tory hadn't, at that point, he hadn't said anything. He hadn't even done that live yet that he did in the all white, and they made him take that live down. Everything he did, they took away. You know, so it's just like, well, why? You know, it's like why is all that happening? This completely makes sense if Kelsey did it. That would completely make sense, because they needed to make Tory, as a male, the aggressor, the enemy. It's easier to go after a man than it would be to go after a woman with a situation like this. You know, a man pop out on a woman, no excuse. No excuse, devilish tactics. But another woman pop out on another woman, plausible. Something that could definitely be a pill easily swallowed. But a man doing it, oh no, that's a little hard. That's a pill, that's hard to swallow. Like, wait a minute. What? Let alone, I mean, you just skip putting your hands on it, you just jump right to weapons. You know, like, it's just like, what is wrong with you? So to make Tory look like the bad guy, because that's what Megan wanted to do, because again, he was her enemy, still is her enemy. So this is crazy. This is crazy. Is Tory still? Wait, it was still Tory because the T was he was giving info to the blogs and such. That's the thing about it. Like, the T was, what proof do you have of that? Tory wasn't interviewing with nobody or doing any of that stuff. He was, again, being completely silent. So that was just paranoia, is what it sounds like to me. Drunken paranoia with Megan just coming for, oh, since you want to do this, since you want to do that. On that phone call that Kelsey had with Tory when Tory was in jail, a recorded phone call, prison call that was played during this trial, Kelsey said out of her own mouth that Megan's team had already started spinning narratives. Tory was in jail. He was in jail. He was in whole jail, and Megan was already shopping information. You know, their team was already, you know, shopping information. You know, they were already doing that. Like, he wasn't even out of jail yet for possessing an unregistered weapon. You know, and Megan's team was already on it, and he heard that, and that was a phone call with him and Kelsey. So, and he was locked up during that conversation. So if anybody was running around running their beef sucker, it was Megan. Megan and her team were giving blogs little tidbits of information. Blogs are saying, allegedly from Tory's team. Tory's team says, it was never Tory. It was never, Tory just said this. Tory just posted this. It was never that. It was never that. It was always what his team, like people were saying today, Tory's lawyers said that Kelsey did it. You know, it's like, we haven't, can Tory talk? I'm like, because it matters what he said. His team wasn't there. He was. So, I mean, can we like hear from him first? It's never Tory. You know, it's always his team or this, that, or the T. And I know goddamn T is. Did he or didn't he? And from what we know, he didn't. So, but absolutely, Rock Nation was pushing the story everywhere. Right, absolutely. They were getting Megan's comments, how she felt about it was going everywhere. Everybody was getting a little tidbit of that. But how Tory felt, nobody really knew. You know, that's why when he went live and he had on that all white, it was at night. I remember it. And he went live. That's why there was so many people there, because people wanted to finally, it's like, we get to hear from you. You know, because we done heard Megan. She done said all type of stuff. You know, but like, what's T? Like, what's going on? Because he wasn't talking. Kelsey wasn't. The only person that was talking was Meg. She was the only one. That's why that live that we just played, that was pretty much the only live that Kelsey had did. Other than that, Kelsey kept her mouth shut. She didn't say nothing. Megan was the one, Good Morning America, and here and there, and the Breakfast Club, and, you know, she everywhere doing commercials, protect Black women, and, you know, all that, girl. So, but let's keep listening.
After lunch session was a prosecutor holding on for dear life to a recording between her, a police investigator, and another LA County prosecutor, and Kelsey, and just replaying that recording and saying, Kelsey, didn't you say this? And Kelsey saying, I did. Kelsey, is that true? And Kelsey saying, no, I lied. Did the LA County prosecutors give Kelsey immunity? I think so. They did, didn't they? That's what I reported this morning. That's what I saw in this courtroom. Does Kelsey sound like a believable witness? No. Is Tory Lanez accusing her of being the shooter? Yes. I'll tell you something. That jury, most of them, it looked like they had their mind made up. I don't know which way, but they saw that person say that I lied about all that to protect myself. They're going to hear that there was gunshot residue on her. And it gets crazier. We are on a 15-minute break. Got to get back into the courtroom very quickly. I sat at 12 o'clock directly in Kelsey's line of vision. I watched her testify. I watched her deny that Tory threatened to shoot her. I watched her confess that she lied to the police when she said that. The reason why she was lying to the police, the investigators, is because she wanted to protect herself. OMG. The rest of the testimony that we just saw in the after lunch session was a prosecutor holding on for dear life to a recording between her, a police investigator, and another LA County prosecutor, and Kelsey, and just replaying that recording and saying, Kelsey, didn't you say this? And Kelsey saying, I did. Kelsey, is that true? And Kelsey saying, no, I lied. Did the LA County prosecutors give Kelsey immunity? I think so. They did, didn't they? That's what I reported this morning. That's what I saw in this courtroom. Does Kelsey sound like a believable witness? No. Is Tory Lanez accusing her of being the shooter? Yes. I'll tell you something. That jury, most of them, it looked like they had their mind made up. I don't know which way, but they saw that person say that I lied about all that to protect myself. They're going to hear that there was gunshot residue on her.
Kelsey did it. Like, I'm convinced. Like, Kelsey did it, and she has immunity. She has immunity. Immunity works in certain ways. And again, I feel like she's protected. The only person that is going to list her as the pop power is Tory. The actual victim herself stated that it was not Kelsey. So right now, the battle is between Megan and Kelsey. I mean, Megan and Tory. Basically, hopefully Megan's testimony is strong enough to go against what Tory's going to say about Kelsey. Because at this point, with the jury knowing that Kelsey had GSR residue on her and having immunity and stating that she lied to protect herself, why wouldn't she be doing the same thing to protect herself from the pop-powing? Like, so it's like it's one and the same. It's like, did you do this? Because Megan's testimony, again, she was intoxicated. And everybody lists her as intoxicated except herself. Even when Tory testifies, I guarantee he's going to say Megan was drunk. He's going to say that. So Megan's testimony is basically null and void. I mean, it's not very strong. It's not a very strong testimony against Tory because there is not much physical evidence. Again, they're going off of it's more so of hearsay. You know, these people's stories is what they're going off of. And Megan saying it was Tory, Kelsey saying she does not know with immunity, and stating that she did lie to the police about certain information to protect herself so that she didn't have to worry about getting in any trouble within this situation, gaining immunity in court before this situation, having GSR on her, meaning that she definitely could have been one of the people that did it. It doesn't mean I'm not one of the people. She could have been the person that did it, having the residue on her. Making account of what happened, it's not that credible because she was intoxicated. So she can turn around and, I mean, because Kelsey even was stating that she lied to the police. She didn't state anything about lying in court because, again, she's under oath. Kelsey's testimony to me is stronger than Megan's. It's more believable, you know, with having so much detail. But then when it comes to the accountability of the pom within itself, she completely drops the ball with credibility, Kelsey, completely, because it seems as if you may have some admitted guilt here, especially wanting immunity. So what's the immunity? Because you did it. Again, Kelsey's not on trial. Tory is. These charges are against Tory. They're not against Kelsey. So it would be in Kelsey's best interest, because she's coming in as a witness, not a suspect. She's not on trial. Tory is. So she just needs to keep this off of her and on to him, or to whoever. Long as it, you know, that's why she was just like, I ain't see it, I heard it, you know, blah blah blah. Because keep the heat off me, because you know, I'm not on trial here. He is. He going down for this, not me, you know. So I don't have to say who did it, you know, or anything like that, as long as they don't say that it's me. And Megan, again, she stated it was Tory. Megan can't change her mind. She's under oath. So she can't go back and be like, oh, well, maybe it was. No, ain't no maybe. You were hell-bent that it was Tory. So it was Tory. That simple. It was Tory. Is how they, from Megan's mouth. So she can't change that now. It's the same thing with Kelsey. She can't change that now. She said it wasn't her. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I heard the pop shots, but I don't know who did it. I don't even know if she was pop out. I don't even know. I didn't see any blood. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see none of that. I don't know what you're talking about. So the prosecutor is very dependent on Kelsey mattered with this. And that's how the immunity deal was definitely something last minute. It was not something that had always been planned. No, she just got immunity today. So with that being said, yeah, I think Kelsey did it. That's what, this may be something we never find the truth out about, just because of how crazy the story is. Kelsey saying it was Tory. My fault. Megan saying it was Tory. Kelsey saying she don't know, and then Tory's gonna come forward and say that it was Kelsey, someone that's not on trial, that has immunity. If that ain't a mistrial, as a juror, what would you do? If you're a juror on this case, how would you feel? I wouldn't know which way to go. I'll just be like, this is insane. Like, what is happening? So they're playing the game well. I mean, just to pull you up to speed, so because we're about to get out of here anyway, because I'm just going to split this in half because we've been live way too long for me to talk about Shanquella now, so she deserves her own segment. So I'm going to pull you up to game. Megan Thee Stallion has testified, and Megan Thee Stallion testified that Tory Lanez is the one who pop-out her. okay? Kelsey, one of the witnesses who was there at the event, in the SUV that day, that night, and knows exactly what happened because she was right there, has come forward today and testified. Not only is she a liar, she lied to protect herself, that Tory never threatened her or anything in that nature. She does not know who pop-out Megan. She does not even know if Megan was pop-out. She never saw Megan bleeding or anything like that. So she don't know what happened. And Tory's defense team is stating that when they come forward with their defense against all of this, information that's being incorporated, that they are stating that Tory is accusing Kelsey as the power. Crazy. Yeah, Tory never apologized for powing anyone. He never did. He was apologizing, like you said, for the situation, the sleeping with, the putting them in that situation. I'm sorry that y'all, the arguing, the y'all falling out, all of that, me putting her on blast, and all of that. Yeah, but he never said that. I'm sorry for powing anybody. He never said that. So again, yes, justice for Shanquella. We will be definitely getting into her, but she needs her own segment. I don't want to just throw her on here. Like, I would rather just cut this because we're already headed towards 3 hours. So, I try not to go do lives over 3 hours. Just think about the audience. That's just a lot to be catching up on because we're going to go live again. So, and then y'all be getting mad at me like, Sean, I was just watching your other live. You live again? Because they be so long. So I try not to go over 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours is as long as I'm willing to stay live. But yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot why Tory's lawyers keep speaking out. I mean, the case is going on, so it's better them talk than Tory. Honestly, it's better them talk than Tory. From what I gather, though, I believe Kelsey pop-out Megan. I do. We'll keep listening, and more information will come. We'll see. But to have immunity and to plead the fifth with certain questions and to state that you lied to federal police, to the police, to keep you safe, and then finding out that you didn't know about Tory and Megan into the SUV, so you could have easily went into a fit of rage. And the eyewitnesses, both eyewitnesses, state that Megan and Kelsey were outside fighting. Not just arguing, fighting type of situation. And Kelsey left all that out. I feel like she left that out so that she's not incriminating herself. Because if y'all find out that I was hitting her and we were hitting each other, and stuff like that, Tory tried to separate us, all of that. I went back to remembered I had what's her name in the car, saw it, went and grabbed it, pow at her, Who knows? That's what it's given. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Kelsey was shooting at the ground because she didn't want to actually hurt Megan, but she wanted to, make her feel like, because Megan had already been making her feel that she's in, I'm better than you, type of situation. What's more humbling than dance? She could have heard that, but that could have been Kelsey that said that. Again, Megan was drunk. So she's going to remember highlights of the night. She's not going to remember the entire night. I feel that with Kelsey going to take a nap, I do think she did sober up a little bit. I think she did feel a little bit better, when she woke up, so she can comprehend more of the night than Megan. And she stays also off of it because she probably did pop out her. She probably did. Mm-hmm. And with her having immunity, she don't have to admit that. Again, she's not on trial. Tory is. So this ain't about Kelsey. This is about Tory. So we'll see. We will absolutely see. So, yeah, I think that that gun was allegedly, I think that that weapon was Kelsey's. And Tory took the rap because at that point in time, when Tory had got arrested, he wasn't being charged with pop-howing anyone. Y'all got to remember that. He was only being charged for having an unregistered weapon. That is all he was being charged with. That is it. Okay, and he's on parole or probation or something like that. Probation, I think. So he's not supposed to be around any weapons or anything like that anyway. With that being said, that's probably why he took the rap for it, because they didn't know that Megan had actually gotten accidentally, ricochet popped type of situation. And then the tables turned. Okay. When Megan and her team came forward and said, you know what? It wasn't glass. She actually got pop out. That's actually what happened. Okay. And now Tory like, oh, ish. Now this about to be all type of different type of charges, and they're gonna think that I did it, type of situation. Because I took the blame for the weapon. But then to come find out, the fragments that was in Megan's foot was from a semi-automatic. It's a lot. But anyways, so we will get into that. Okay, I love you guys. We're about to go on station head in like 10 minutes. Give me like 10, 15 minutes. And we're gonna go on station head. I got some tea for y'all, so make sure y'all come over there. It's gonna be good. So yay. So we're gonna go over there on station. I love you guys. We will do a whole live tomorrow about Shanquella. We'll do a small update about this, the new information that we learned, and then we're jumping right into Shanquella. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'll change the title. We'll do that tomorrow. So I love you guys. I have to get out of here so I can go to my station here before it gets too late. My people, I know they don't like me going live too late. Shout out to everybody in this case. Again, it's unfortunate. Megan, girl, I kind of feel bad for her. Kind of feel bad because she still got injured. Somebody did that to her. That shouldn't just be, deleted, because all this tomfoolery going on. She still got hurt, So, I kind of feel bad because it's just like, well, that's not cool. Somebody hurt her and they should pay for it. So yeah, it's unfortunate. So I'm gonna go live on session head. I'll see you guys over there. I love you all. To the next show. Oh my God.
Fresh.